Trust me, dude, hot girls are overrated.
All females are sluts until proven otherwise.
Don't get me wrong, they're fun for a little while, but they are a fucking headache. Money and looks can get you in the door, but game is what keeps you on our mind. Bitches never know what the fuck they want, man.
Live from Philadelphia, your man, Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 565th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red-pilled truth, wisdom, and awareness. Today's episode is brought to you by my new mini course, First Date Do's and Don'ts. This course will teach you about the do's and don'ts of first date. You'll learn about the two biggest mistakes men make when setting up first dates and how to avoid them. I'm also going to tell you why you should always try to sleep with her on the first date. You'll learn why girls are ghosting on you after the first date, how to be a gentleman without looking needy or thirsty, and of course, first date preparation and logistics, which is often the difference between success and failure. First date do's and don'ts are one of the most important pillars of game, guys. A lot of guys miss out on easy sex because they're not aware of these do's and don'ts. Put this stuff into action if you want to start increasing your closing percentage with girls. This is chapter 2, mind you. This is chapter 2 of the full course, How to Master the Game. This is chapter 2 of the full course, How to Master the Game. So if you already have that entire course, you already have this mini course. So there's no need to get it. First Date Do's and Don'ts obviously is now available on donovansharpe.com/courses as well as patreon.com/donovansharpe. As always, we are streaming live to YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, VK, and OK.ru. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. It is Monday, March 2nd of 2020. It is good to have you guys in today. Hopefully everyone had a safe and restful weekend. My weekend was spent pretty much cleaning the house from top to bottom. I did a few other things here and there, but my focus was getting this sort of pre-spring cleaning taken care of. My house was absolutely filthy. We cleaned it from top to bottom. Something else, incidentally enough, that I did this weekend was actually getting prepared, semi-prepared, for a potential lockdown situation because of the coronavirus. No, we're not building a bunker or acting like these ridiculous preppers who are always preparing for some sort of zombie apocalypse or government falling or anarchy or whatever. But things are actually getting pretty concerning as of late, guys. 2 people have died in the U.S. I think 1 died yesterday in Washington State. And the virus is rapidly spreading here on U.S. soil. Got a few cases in Washington State. As well as California, which wouldn't be as concerning if I weren't heading out west a little bit later on this month. Dev and I, we're going to be heading out to Reno for a friend's wedding. A friend of mine is getting married. So, pardon me. We may have to cancel that trip if this thing starts to pick up any substantial steam. Listen, man, I don't anticipate having to do that, but you never know. You never know. So we went over to BJ's over the weekend, stocked up on some non-perishables in the event that Philadelphia becomes unsafe. Philly's a big city, guys. We got a lot of people in it. And if the coronavirus hits here, we may have to stay indoors for at least a little while. Whether or not that's going to be the case or whether or not that's going to help, I don't know. I'll never know. But at least, to me, it's better to be at least a little bit prepared for that possibility than to get caught with your pants down and having to scramble for supplies and all that good stuff. So we will see what happens from here. Okay, let's get right to it. Enough about the viruses and diseases and pandemics and all that good stuff. Let's get right to it. Gentlemen, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, has pulled off the greatest heist in the history of the sexual marketplace. There are no two ways about it. This woman convinced a prince who, by the way, not only has a personal net worth of $25 million, but also has access to the royal family fortune, which is $88 billion with a B. But Meghan convinced him that she, a woman who's just a few years away from menopause, been married once, dated a porn star, was in a sorority in college, which means her notch count is easily into the triple digits, is a better option than millions of younger, hotter, more fertile women out there. Meghan Markle, gentlemen. And let's get one thing straight here. Let's get one thing straight. Nobody here is throwing shade on Markle. At least I'm not. Because at the end of the day, she wins, guys. It is extremely rare for women her age to punch that far above her weight as far as the sexual marketplace is concerned. Doesn't matter that she's been in movies and television shows, right? Doesn't matter that she has a personal net worth of $5 million. None of that stuff matters to men of value, high caliber men. Men like Prince Harry have three main requirements: youth, beauty, and obedience. But Meghan Markle checks off just one of those boxes. But she still managed to pull it off. I give her full marks for that. The fact that Meghan Markle basically sold Prince Harry a 2016 Jaguar with 250,000 miles on it, this is giving women a false sense of worth. Western women aren't going to change anytime soon for a lot of different reasons. But because they now think that they're worth more simply because a 38-year-old female has pulled off the greatest con job since the invention of the pyramid scheme, they're not motivated to make any changes. They're not motivated to change themselves, to improve themselves in such a way that would make them more viable for a long-term relationship. Now, another element to the situation is that the royal wedding further dupes all women into mistaking a man's sexual interest for a man's interest in wifing her up. Fuckability doesn't equal relationship or marriage material, at least not as far as men of value are concerned. Most dudes out here want to put a ring on it the minute a half-decent looking woman gives them the booty, but those guys don't count. Women don't want to be with those guys. Women marry those guys because they have to, not because they want to. But women foolishly believe that if a man fucks her a few times, he's thinking about a long-term relationship or possibly even marriage, and nothing could be further from the truth. Now, let's keep it 100. Would I fuck Meghan Markle? You bet your ass I would. Even at 38 years old, listen, I can admit that she is still sexually attractive. But that don't mean I want to marry a woman pushing 40 who's got a body count into the triple digits. Red pill aware men, we know and we understand this concept. We know that women who get passed around get passed over later in life by the men who pass them around, the men they really want. Men like us are well aware of our value, guys. Unfortunately, Prince Harry doesn't quite fully understand the extent of his own sexual market value. He's got no idea. He could literally have any woman in the world he wants. But he ended up wifing up this hoe. Like, seriously, how else can you explain him being dumb enough to rescue yet another post-wall female who's been passed around by apex alpha males from her bad decisions? And think about this. Other than being attractive, Meghan Markle has done positively nothing to show us that she'll make a good wife. And trust me when I tell you, her attractiveness will fade quickly, as it always does for women. She has so few redeeming qualities, as actually a woman befitting the title of the Duchess of Sussex, that Yahoo actually wrote an article describing her as a keeper, simply because she reached over and she opened the driver's side door after Harry let her into his vintage Jaguar. That's how far women have fallen, gentlemen. Women are making a big deal out of something women should be doing anyway and characterizing that as wifey material. She's a keeper. You gotta lock that down. But at the end of the day, Meghan Markle deserves this, guys. She does. Hate on her all you want to, but she deserves it. She managed to trick a prince into marrying her, which could not have been easy. Even though Prince Harry's as blue pill as they come, it's not easy to do what she did, guys. Let's not make any mistake about that. Throwing shade at her for walking down the aisle, that's just being a hater. I mean, what was she supposed to do? What was she supposed to say, guys? No, Harry, I will not marry you because I'm a former party slut who's well past the wall? Of course not. A professional athlete's not going to turn down a $100 million contract because he feels his performance is inadequate. No, he's going to sign on the dotted fucking line like he should. Don't hate, gentlemen. Don't hate, ladies. Congratulate. What Meghan Markle has pulled off is nothing short of a fucking miracle. Few women pull off successfully satisfying both sides of the feminine imperative, otherwise known in these parts as alpha fucks, beta bucks, at least not to this degree. We all know that the average American woman sleeps around in her 20s, then marries the beta schlub in her 30s. But the schlub she settles down with is almost never high value. I would actually say that less than a fraction of 0.1% of females actually get away with sleeping around in their sexual primes and then locking down an extremely high value 1%er. The kind of man who could have any woman he wants. The only other one that I can think of who's actually done this is Sierra. Sierra banged 50 Cent. She banged 50. She'd banged Trey Songz, Amari Stoudemire, Bow Wow, and of course Future, who put a baby in her. Banged all those guys. But even though she's been ran through by nothing but apex alpha males and had the child of one, Sierra still managed to lock down a man who could have any woman he wants, is okay with her being a single mother and is even embracing it, who also has a net worth north of $100 million and counting in the form of Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson, who is, by the way, entering the second year of a 4-year, $140 million contract. Sierra and Markle, they won the game, guys. It's plain and simple. They both got to have their cake, eat it, and then go back for more cake. And Markle's feat was even more impressive than Sierra's because she's almost a decade older than Sierra. She also has a higher body count than Sierra. She locked down a man who has access to $88 billion in family fortune. These women are the gross exception to the rule. But again, I'm not taking anything from either one of these broads, guys. They knew how the game was played, they played it, and they won. Fair and square. Now, all of that said, and despite Markle's mastery of the game, she's not only showing the world why you should never treat a slut like a lady, much less a princess, but she's also showing men what happens when they allow a woman, as damaged as she is, into their lives. Meghan Markle is quite literally destroying Prince Harry and everything around him. And the reason why this is happening, one of the many reasons this is happening, is that she is damaged beyond all repair. Well, how do we know this? Well, her attitude, her decisions, and her temperament, they all prove this every day. And high value men, if you're watching, if anybody gets wind of this episode, you need to take note and learn from Prince Harry's inevitable downfall. Now, Prince Harry isn't going to necessarily, I guess, fall from grace. He's never going to be destitute. He's a prince, right? And no matter how estranged he is from his family, they're never going to truly abandon him. If he ever does come to his senses and dumps this hoe, I'm sure the Queen and his brother, Prince William, who he seems to be on the outs with, would certainly welcome him back with open arms, provided he keeps Meghan away. Rollo Tomasi thinks their divorce will be sooner than later, and I'm inclined to agree. I don't think this marriage goes the distance, but I digress. What I'm going to talk about today, and I'm going to open up the phone lines here shortly to get your thoughts, are 2 ways Meghan Markle is proving to the world why men, high value or otherwise, should never, ever commit anything to an American feminist outside of his cock and balls. Don't get me wrong, we all know about Australian feminists, and we know about feminists who are in the UK. There are feminists everywhere. And while you should never commit to a feminist regardless of what country she was born in, what her upbringing is, we all know feminism decreases the value of women. Committing to an American feminist, that is what I call manhood suicide. That is testicular suicide. So the first way Meghan Markle is proving why men should never ever commit anything to an American feminist outside of his cock and balls is, number 1, sluts cannot handle good treatment. Stay with me here, guys. Gentlemen, the 2 main objectives of feminism are number one, to transfer resources from men to women, and number 2, to place sexual constraints on men while eliminating any and all sexual constraints on women. Now, objective number 1, that's another day for another time. We've discussed that plenty. The court systems and child support and all that. We'll That's for another day. But objective number 2 is the very reason why 11 out of 10 feminists are sluts, guys. The feminist agenda dictates it. If a woman describes herself as a feminist, there is no less than a 178% chance that she sleeps around and has a high body count. Even women who don't identify as feminists, they still hold feminist beliefs. Just because she says she doesn't believe in the pay gap doesn't mean she allows gaps between relationships. No way. All of her relationships overlap with one another, just like every other American hoe out there. Just because she says she believes in traditional gender roles doesn't mean she hasn't role-played as a slutty little schoolgirl trying to get an A in English with 357 men. Feminism sought to sexually liberate women, and I think it's safe to say, mission accomplished. But sleeping around has created multiple generations of women who, because of their promiscuous tendencies, cannot handle good treatment from men. One of the most ubiquitous and, dare I say, immutable truths about women here in 2020 is that the better you treat them, the worse they treat you. A lot of men ask, why is it that the better you treat women, the worse they treat you? Well, the reason for this is simple. Despite what women say out loud or on social media, girls who sleep around know that they're not worthy of being treated like a lady. This includes, as it happens, Meghan Markle. Women are keenly aware that outside of the orgasms they provide us, they are completely useless to high-caliber men. For this reason, they tend to gravitate towards men who treat them like garbage, cheat on them, and disrespect them, and so forth. They know they deserve behavior like this. They know they deserve this, which is why they can't get enough of these guys. Guys are always asking, why do these girls chase douchebags all the time? Why are girls loyal to guys who treat them so badly? Well, one of the main reasons is because it's what they know they deserve. They know that because they've shared their body with hordes of men, they don't deserve to be with any good men. So when a man comes along and treats her with kindness, treats her with respect, treats her with courtesy, subconsciously she gets upset because she's thinking to herself, and again, this is all operating in the background. This isn't something she consciously does. Subconsciously, she thinks, how does this guy know I'm not worthy of this treatment? How does he not know I've got green hair? I've got a bull ring in my nose and on my clit. I've got a giant tattoo on my thigh. I've got 3 kids by 2 different men, which is actually 2.5 men, because I'm not 100% sure that Eddie Jr. is Eddie Sr.'s father. I go to the club every Saturday night, and I told him I still talk to my ex who I fucked last night. Why is this guy so clueless? When she asks herself these things, if these things start to come into question, what she'll do is she'll poke and she'll prod the guy to make sure he's not just pretending to like her just to get easy sex out of her and bounce. But when she figures out that he's just another clueless schlub who believes everything he hears about women, she'll lie on him, she'll lie to him, she'll cheat on him, and she'll disrespect him. Understand this, gentlemen, and I want you to really listen to this, because no matter how many times I say it, no matter how many times this is proven, men still don't get this. Men still don't get this. Listen up. Women positively loathe men who do not recognize them for who and what they are, and will punish these guys with the fury of 1,000 fucking suns. Gentlemen, sluts hate men who do not recognize they're sluts. That's it, period. They hate guys who do not recognize them for who they are. Now, another reason banana gobblers treat men terribly is because chaos, drama, turmoil, and dysfunction is really all they know. These girls are kind of like ex-cons who've been institutionalized by prison, right? When they get out of prison, they don't know how to act. When ex-cons get out of prison, they don't know how to act. Ex-cons can't handle freedom. They can't handle choice. All they know is 3 squares, 3 square meals, and a 6x9. All they know is being told when to take a piss. All they know is being told when to go to sleep. All they know is having eyes on the back of their head so they don't get shanked on the yard by a member of the Aryan Brotherhood. Maybe someone from Los Salidos, La M, the Texas Syndicate, the Norteños, the Southern Mexicans, the Sureños. They can't handle freedom. So what do? Well, they reoffend in order to go back to the environment they're the most comfortable in. Girls are exactly the same way, guys. All they know is getting treated like garbage, being verbally and sometimes physically abused, getting cheated on, constant turbulence, constant drama, and so forth. So they will reoffend, if you will, to get thrown back to the men who use and abuse them, because despite the physical and mental wear and tear that comes with dating men like this, it's what they're the most comfortable with. This is exactly where most women find themselves today. They're given parole, stay with the analogy here, for some reason or another, and because they're not sure of what awaits them on the outside, they get anxious. They start to get antsy. They have no idea how they're going to respond to good treatment from good men. Oh, what's going to happen? And they're scared, guys. They're scared. They couldn't handle freedom in their 20s, which is why they were sent to prison in the form of the single life or single motherhood in the first place. Women who treat you better when you treat them badly are not used to good treatment. This can be for any number of reasons. No father at home. She's been in abusive relationships because of daddy issues. I mean, the list goes on and on. But the bottom line is that people who have slept around, women who have slept around, will never react well to being treated well. And Meghan Markle is doing just that. This woman is now a duchess. She's a part of the royal family. She lives in a castle. She has access to endless resources. She has a staff to attend to her every need. She never has to work another day in her life. Most men, or most women rather, would not only kill to be in her position, they'd be appreciative of it. But again, because women who have slept around never know how to act when they're actually treated like something other than three holes, they act out. And Meghan Markle is doing just that. All right, I'm being told that that super chats are not working. We have exactly 1,000 people watching. Give me a second, guys, because I think I might actually be able to fix I'm going to continue the show here in a minute. I think there might be something in the settings when I created the event that may have disabled the super chats. I don't know. We'll see. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to shout out my chat. Shout out to Tom Brokaw, who, of course, says, I'm trying to super chat, but it isn't working. I am currently working on that as we speak. Andrew Clark says, careful, men. YouTube has been playing with the like and now super chat even more to quell red pill knowledge. Yeah. Listen, man. I know that there are some people. I know that there are some content creators, some red pill content creators, including myself, actually, where the likes don't necessarily match up, right? Like they're messing with the likes, they're messing with the, I think at one point they were messing around with the, what were they messing around with? They were messing around with the views, right? Like they weren't updating the views every once in a while. Every once in a while, something will just be a little bit screwy. Okay. So it looks like everything is enable live chat. We're good there. Everything is good there. All right. So let me go back and take a look at my settings here. Let me look at my channel. Everything is enabled. Monetization is enabled. Live streaming is enabled. Super chat is enabled. Super chat is enabled. I do know every once in a while, I think this happened, and I don't know if this applies to this particular situation, but I do know that every once in a while when the super chat isn't working, like in the beginning, it'll start working a little bit later on. Oh, here we are. All right, there we go. Zach Schmidt with the $5 super chat. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know, maybe refresh the, pardon me, maybe refresh the chat. Let me jump in here and see if if you refresh your chat, then super chat might be working for you. Let me look and see here. Yeah, the super chat is now enabled. I just saw it. Every once in a while, and this does happen from time to time. I don't know if it's the powers that be at YouTube doing it or what, but every once in a while, super chat doesn't work for the first, 15, 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden it starts to work. So big thanks to Zach Schmidt, who says, hey, Donovan, hot sports take. Chicago Bears are signing Teddy Bridgewater. Sorry to disrupt your monologue. That's okay. That's all right. I was in a little bit of a break anyway. Actually, a pretty good pickup by the Bears, but don't want to get started on that. Okay, well, now that the Super Chat is enabled, let us continue with the topic at hand. And I'm going to open up the phone lines here in just a few minutes, guys. Now, the first thing Meghan Markle did, the first thing she did was actually before she even tied the knot with Prince Harry. The first thing she did that acted up, that gave us sort of an idea in terms of her acting out because she didn't know how to act, is she got in a fight with the fucking queen about the kind of tiara she's supposed to wear at the wedding. The queen always selects the tiara. Yet, Meghan Markle wanted to wear the one she picked out. She wanted to deviate from a tradition literally hundreds of years old. The next thing that's been pointed out as of late is the mistreatment of her staff. There are countless accounts about how nasty Meghan is to staff members. They call her spoiled. They call her entitled, rude, just about every adjective that would accurately describe the typical American female. This bitch even had the nerve to send instructions to the entire staff via email at 5 o'clock in the morning. Bitch is up at the crack of dawn emailing orders. She's fighting with Kate Middleton. She's nasty to the media. She treats the staff like shit. Harry's brother, Prince William, doesn't like her. Never did. Now there's a rift between them. I mean, this chick stays out of pocket, which, of course, is par for the course for most feminists. The second way Meghan Markle is showing the world why men should never commit to feminists, and I'm going to open up the phone lines, actually, to go ahead and get your thoughts on this. 914-205-5356. And again, that is 914-205-5356. But the second way Meghan Markle is showing the world why men should never commit to feminists, least of all American feminists, is the fact that she has talked her husband into splitting from the royal family. I'm going to say that again. She has talked her husband, Prince Harry, into essentially parting ways with the royal family. She has convinced Harry to relieve themselves of the royal responsibilities and to rebrand themselves, starting with moving to Canada. And oh, by the way, she doesn't want them to drop the label of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Oh, no. She wants to hang on to the title and all the spoils that come with those labels. But she's no longer interested in actually living up to the title. Imagine that, a woman who wants the title and all of the accolades that come with that title without doing the work required to deserve said title. There's a lot more detail to this, but the details don't matter, guys. Meghan Markle is doing what American wives have been doing for the last 20 plus years, which is essentially cutting the balls off of their husbands and taking control of the marriage because they're strong and independent. Prince Harry is allowing his wife to change him, and unfortunately for him, he's not aware that allowing her to change him and run the relationship makes him unattractive. If a woman knows she can change you, if she knows she can control you, she will lose respect, attraction, and subsequently arousal for you. Women want men who are set in their ways. She wants them to be stubborn. They may complain about it, they might whine about it, but it's what they want and it's what they need. Women also don't understand that what they want and what they need are two very different things, right? Women vocalize what they want, but they act on what they need. Illimitable Man, good friend of mine, visit illimitablemen.com, excellent blog, wrote an article called Dominance and Submission. And in that article, there is a passage that encapsulates a woman's attraction being gravely compromised when a man allows her to take control of him. It says, quote, "The man must act upon and mold a female more than she does him. For if the female is to act upon and mold the man, she will create something she finds aberrant. More simply and explicitly stated, a female will mold a man into something she despises, but a man will mold a female into something he loves. Devin is the woman she is today because I made my expectations clear. I built her. I told her what I wouldn't tolerate, and I told her what I expected of her. It was not the other way around. She was not telling me, well, Donovan, you need to do X, Y, Z if I'm going to do A, B, C. Oh, no. I quite literally trained and built her into what she is today. If for some reason we were to break up, guess what, guys? She would go right back to what she was before I met her. Why? Because women cannot be trusted when left to their own devices. Their default programming is self-destruction if they are not under the tutelage, if they are not under the guidance of a strong male leader. This is why relationships where the woman is the leader always fail. Gentlemen, women can't lead men. It can't be done. They can't lead men in relationships. They can't lead men at work. They can't lead men in any environment. They are simply incapable. And one of the main reasons for that is because females can't handle the responsibility of building anything from the ground up, least of all relationships. And we see proof of this around us every day. If you take control of your woman, if you guide her, if you rid her of all of her bad attention-seeking habits and so forth, she will end up as a quality female under your guidance. Quality women don't exist anymore, guys. So it's on us to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. And believe me when I tell you, it is far from easy. It's possible. Don't get me wrong, but it is highly unlikely that you will succeed and sustain that success in this environment. But worse yet is a man who is under the guidance of a woman. That man who is under the guidance of woman is headed for certain disaster. Women have zero clue what's best for them. So how in the hell do they know what's best for a man? This is why, once again, when you allow a female to control you, to change you, and to mold you into what she thinks she wants and needs, she will create an abomination. And neither of you will figure that out until it's too late. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are headed for disaster, guys. This is what happens when a post-wall American woman who's been steeped in feminist sewage her whole life gets her hooks in a man who has no idea what his worth as a man is. Harry's going to learn this lesson sooner or later. Okay? At some point, he's going to look around and think to himself, what have I done? I could have married an obedient 20-year-old woman who has respect and reverence for the crown, who would have moved heaven and earth to make me happy, who would have done exactly what she needed to do to deserve the title befitting the Duchess of Sussex. But instead, I married a chick who's closer to menopause than her college years, who's rude to the staff, disrespects my family, and is doing her level best to undermine the royal family at every turn. Now, at this point, maybe he makes a change. Maybe he doesn't. But if he doesn't come to his senses soon, he's going to end up in the same position as most American men who wife up women like Meghan Markle. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get on the show. I see you guys in the queue. Give me just a few minutes to shout out my premium chat members. Andrew Clark and Tom Brokaw. I've shouted you guys out, of course. Will S. is in the house. He says yes to something. I forgot what it was. Colonel Sanders the 16th says, yes, it was happening to me on MLD's channel. Yeah, I know that this, I think the super chats somehow get a little bit finicky. Listen, I don't know if it's YouTube. I don't know if it's not. It looks like it's working now. So if you want a super chat, refresh the chat, send it in. I'd appreciate it. Bramblebush says, I think the coronavirus is a bunch of hype. No, nope. Bramblebush, that is, listen, I love you to death, brother. Don't be ignorant, man. You can't just brush off something like the coronavirus. This is now a pandemic. It's crossed country lines. Like, don't be the guy who says, it's no big deal. No, the coronavirus is absolutely a big deal. Absolutely big deal. Bramblebush says, damn, she's 38. Yes, she is. Meghan Markle looks great for 38 years old. Let's not cast any false aspersions. But she is most certainly on the back nine as far as her looks are concerned. BK from the Rockies is in the house. Like, share, and or subscribe if you're enjoying the discussion. I appreciate that. BK from the Rockies, one of the TSR OGs. Big Brendan's in the house. Good to see you. The TSR bouncer for the club. Pardon me. Pimped Out Geese says, wow, Prince could have any peace leave he wants. Hooks up with a girl that dated a porn star. Good for her, I guess. Yeah, listen. As terrible as this is, and we all know this is bad for Prince Harry, we say it all the time. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Listen, man, if we had a better culture, if we weren't a feminist-inspired gynocracy, women like Meghan Markle would have been married 20 years ago and had popped out 5-6 kids. But women are taught to be strong and independent, especially beautiful women. Use up all their youth and beauty, sport fucking their way through their 20s. It's a shame, man. It really is. MLD is in the house. Good to see you in here. Danny Arnold is in the house. Shout out to you. King Marquise, also in the house. Legendary Proof says she's the reason Harry denounced his position. Harry needs to do some damage control by dropping her and returning home. I agree. MLD asks a very ridiculous question. He says, is that a Dallas Cowboys cup you are drinking from? Nah, fam. Nah, bro. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. Area code 727. Area code 727. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, Bill from Tampa. So, yeah, they're approaching the fork in the road, and it's going to require all the diplomacy of a Middle East peace negotiator. So my one perspective on it is I kicked a lot of chicks to the curb in my day, a lot. And I had a buddy that whenever he would want to break up, he would do something really stupid, so they'd get mad at him, and they'd leave him. And I thought, why would you burn bridges like that? But I realized that's really the way to do it, because when they would get mad at you and leave you, they were gone. When I would leave and try to be all diplomatic, they wouldn't leave. They kept coming back. They'd bring their girlfriends with them. It was like trying to shake a booger off your finger. You just couldn't get rid of it. So I don't care why they leave, as long as they leave. If you need to live with yourself at night, be girl power empowerment. Tell everyone that you dumped it. Good, whatever it gets to get you gone.
Yeah, right. I'll give you.
But
the
Harry's
win.
got a tough road ahead of him.
Go ahead.
So that's my thing. That is my thought. It's how do you dump them? There's so many things to consider here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Bill, listen, Prince Harry's a prince. Obviously, he has resources. Obviously, the laws, I think, in the UK are a little bit different. Listen, Meghan Markle's set for life. As soon as she got pregnant, that's it, right? Like, Prince Harry could have been out of this thing free and clear had he not put a baby in her, but I mean, we already knew that they were trying for a family anyway. How do you think Harry gets out of the situation? If you were Prince Harry, how would you handle the situation? Look, realistically, listen, we are going to have guys, kick her to the curb, dump her. Listen, we all know what the answer is. But in terms of, just like you said, diplomacy, how does he get out of the situation with the least amount of, I guess, perceived pounds of flesh taken? How does he sort of save face here while also sort of getting the hell out of this relationship?
Oh, absolutely. 6 of one, half a dozen other. Either way he goes, there's a price to pay. He just has to decide which prices he's going to pay.
Good, very good, excellent call there by Bill in Tampa. Yeah, he's absolutely right, man. As soon as Harry put a baby in her, like, you got to pay. Harry is absolutely going to pay. At this point, it's my opinion that the sooner he cuts her off, the more he can sort of mitigate the damage. We'll see what happens. Area code 760. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Donovan, what's going on? It's Corey Capella.
Hey, Corey, what's going on, dude? This is Corey Capella. He is a god amongst men. You guys make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. What's going on, Corey?
Shit, I had to call in on this one for sure. So here's the big thing that a lot of people are missing out on. First and foremost, if you guys want to talk about feminism and the OG of feminism, it's the Queen.
Yes.
The Queen is like The queen is the placeholder for feminism, plain and simple. Think about it, right?
Okay.
Now, why am I saying all this stuff? Because think about all the things that the queen has touched so far, her son's relationship with Diana and all this other stuff.
Right.
And let's be honest, that Diana was murked by the queen because exactly what's going on right now with Merkel, right?
That's
so
right.
The queen,
Yeah.
just like what you're talking about, right? These feminists, they create men that they end up despising.
Yes.
And then they end up opening up the door for their men, their boys, let's say in this case, to attract the same type of women that end up competing for the same power structure that she's trying to uphold,
There you
right?
go.
So it's like, it's so funny because you see all these feminists, they end up getting together and creating their own environments, right?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it turns into all this intersectional infighting, and it's like, you're not woke enough or you're not whatever.
Right.
So there's one factor of what's going on here. But let's talk about Harry real quick.
Okay.
Because the thing that we got to talk about when it comes to Harry is this. To answer your question, Harry's never going to kick her to the curb.
Okay.
Why? Well, Harry has been, like, no kidding, been fed women his entire life. He
Yes.
understands zero game. He doesn't understand female nature whatsoever, right?
Right.
He's been a celebrity. He's had this kind of given it to him the whole time. But then the biggest factor you got to understand is this. His mommy was killed, right? He lost his mommy, who was
Yes.
like the ideal woman, right? Like
Yes.
if you were to look at a mother figure, like Princess Diana was like so close to like a Mother Teresa, it's not even funny.
Well,
And he lost his mom.
Well, not only that, Princess
Go ahead.
Diana was having, and here's the thing, Princess Diana was married to Prince Charles. She never loved Prince Charles. She gave him 2 kids, but she was in a relationship with Dodi Al-Fayed, who was killed with her in that limousine in Paris under that bridge back in August of 1997.
Absolutely. Wow.
Corey, you still with us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, yes, I can hear you. Let me ask you this, and this is
Perfect.
sort of a hypothetical situation. If Prince Harry
Sure.
were to somehow call you, he sees your YouTube channel, he says, dude, this Corey Capella, this God Amongst Men guy, I really, really do think this guy can help me. He doesn't want this to be public. If Prince Harry gives you a call, Corey, and says, hey, listen, Corey, I got to get out of this thing. Like, listen, I can take care of all the legal stuff. I can, listen, man, she can have my kid. I'm going to take care of my kid. But what's the best? How do I go about getting my name back? How can I get out of this thing and save face? How can I remain attractive to women after what Meghan's put me through? What's your advice to Harry?
Oh, my goodness. First and foremost, what I would do is I would start dating. I'd go out. I'd fucking get like Ferraris and all this other stuff, and I'd start showing up to different clubs. And I'd show up with like 2 fucking supermodels on each one of my arms. And I would go full-blown. No, I'm serious.
Yeah,
I would go
listen, I'm with you.
full-blown Playboy.
Okay.
I would go full-blown Playboy, right?
Yep.
And because the thing that he has to do is he has to start to prove to her, this Meghan Markle and all these other women, like, because here's the thing, and let me just kind of go into the psychology of what's going on with him.
Okay.
He has had all these women fed to him this entire time. He wanted to go and get, like, you'll see this in some of your callers. One dude called in last week talking about wanting to get his girl a ring and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, right.
There's men
Jay
that
in
are
LA,
out there that are obsessed. Yeah. There's men that are out there that are obsessed with getting married because they've never been initiated into manhood. And the society has been telling men that is their initiation into becoming a man.
Wow, that's
Giving
the rite of
themselves up,
passage.
getting into fidelity. Exactly. They're going through a purification process. And that's what's going on with Harry right now. He did all the fucking earlier on with all these high-level girls that were fed to him. And now he's finally found this woman that could kind of purify him and cleanse him. And he's also going to fix her. And he's going to forgive her past and all this other stuff. So think about all this investment that's into it. But the reality is, and just like what you were talking about, is like this hoe is sitting over here like, why is this dude who's so high value, who's been through all these other women and all this other stuff, why is he now treating me like I'm royalty when
Exactly.
he knows I'm not?
Right. And that
Right?
subconsciously
so she hates
pisses her
this
off.
dude right now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly. So what he's got to do is he's got to start treating her like the horse she is. Start showing up to clubs with girls, with other girls.
Right.
Saying they're acquaintances and it's just a fucking, I'm just networking, right?
Right,
All this
right.
other stuff. Start pulling the kid away whenever he can on the weekends or whatever and going on like these little trips. and bringing other women around the kid. You know,
oh,
like
wow, yes.
play ultimate bad boy Chad, and that's how you're going to win the hearts and minds back. That's how you're going to get her to start falling back in line too.
That's
because
right.
She's got to start equivocating to him.
That's right.
You
That's
feel?
right. No,
So,
listen,
like,
100%.
you got to get nasty. You got to pull sleeves up, and you got to start fucking fighting, dude. You know?
No,
and you
I'm
got to
with
do
you.
it the best way you know how, and it's to be fucking Chad. Yo, I would have 18-year-old fucking Croatian women on
Straight
my
up.
arms, like as young as fucking possible. I'd be going on fucking yacht parties and doing all sorts of crazy shit.
Make sure your picture
my
gets
name's in the
taken.
fucking
Yep.
tabloid.
Yep. Yeah, right. Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
dude.
Make sure
Exactly.
you're, listen, make sure you're in front of a camera. Dude, be in a hot tub with like 6 different girls, cigar, drinks, whatever the case may be. And something interesting that you said here, Corey, and I'll give you the last word on this, is the worse, and again, this is what I talked about earlier, the worse you treat women like Meghan Markle. Kate Middleton is not like this. If you treated, if Prince William were to treat Kate Middleton like absolute garbage, guess what? She would leave, right? Now, Kate Middleton, she's
Right.
dated around, but she's not a Meghan Markle. I mean, Kate Middleton is not, she's nobody's angel, she's nobody's snowflake, but she ain't Meghan Markle. Like, let's get one thing straight there.
Right.
But women like Meghan Markle, Corey, you absolutely have to treat like absolute dog shit in order to get them to fall in. So many men, Corey, and I'd like to get your opinion on this before I get to my other callers here. So many men are saying, oh my God, Meghan Markle is out of pocket. Prince Harry's a cuck. How in the world does he get her back in line? The way to get her back in line is not the way to get a regular, a traditionally feminine female back in line. Unfortunately, with feminists, the way to get them back in line is to absolutely positively treat them like dog shit because it's what they're used to. What say you?
Man, I mean, here's what it comes down to: is this should have been his behavior from the get-go.
Yes. Right.
It should, like, the fact that we're sitting here right now and saying, Harry, you should be doing this. Like, no, this should have been the behavior from the get-go, right? Like,
yeah.
You should have been, like, even if marrying this woman and having kids with her, which is obviously an egregious mistake.
Of course.
I think this, if I'm going to go deep with it, I think this was a political stunt to try to make it seem like the crown was becoming more woke in order to stay popular with people, and then it backfired hard.
There you go.
So what should have happened was, like, this needs to become behavior. This is game. Like, you know the game, I know the game, but there's so many people out there that don't know the game. Like, you got to know the value of woman that's coming into your life and play her accordingly.
That's right. That's right. Thanks for the call, Corey Capella. Listen, Corey always drops knowledge. Guys, be sure, listen, that guy that was just on, subscribe to his YouTube channel, A God Amongst Men. He actually just wrote a book, and forgive me, Corey, I forgot what the book was called, but I did a show with him on this channel promoting his book. You guys absolutely have got to check this out. Big thanks goes out to Merciless6 with the $5 super chat. He says, Bishop D, take the challenge, take the next call in your big girl voice, giving advice and all. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to break out the big girl voice until it is necessary. Tom Brokaw with the $10 donation through streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe and the number 1 says the new Bachelorette is 38 years old. Please do a show, he says, talking about it as it relates to the feminist agenda to prime men to accept post-wall women after they hoard around during their best years. I had no idea, Tom. I had no idea that the Bachelorette is 38 years old. Holy shit. 38 years old. And guess what? They're going to have men in their mid to late 30s, possibly even early 40s, competing for this used up woman. This woman is a decade past her prime. She probably has a couple of kids. But high value men are supposed to compete for this woman for all the world to see. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. What that does, and thanks for the donation, Tom Brokaw, and thanks for the question. What that does is it further drives home, it further pushes the agenda that older, more experienced women are more valuable than young, inexperienced women. Oh my God, 38 years old. Dude, listen, I stopped watching The Bachelor a year ago, and The Bachelorette, that whole thing, dude, I might have to pick up on that again, man. Tell you what, man, you want to point out true female nature? Wow. I had no idea. Okay, let us go back to the phone lines. Got some of you guys who are cheating. You guys are trying to go to the front of the line. I understand who you guys are, and I will answer you accordingly. Area code 678. Area code 678, you're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Evo from Atlanta.
Efo from Atlanta. How you doing, man?
Doing good. The news is a little bit off topic, but like when you go to Google,
Nope. I'm not taking any calls from Efo in Atlanta for anything off topic. Anything off topic. Guys, don't call me up talking about, well, there's this girl. No, today's show is about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. If you have a story that relates to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, if you happen to be in a situation that's similar to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, I want to hear about it. But don't call me up talking about, hey, Donovan, this is a little off topic, but what if you try to have anal sex with a girl and she doesn't let you? No, that's not what this show is about. So if that's what you're calling for, I'm going to unceremoniously dismiss you. Let's see how many callers drop off after that. All right, excellent. Let us go to Greg in New Jersey. Greg in New Jersey, you're on live with Donovan.
How did you know it was me, man?
I recognize your number.
All right, cool. So this is on topic.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so if we all know Brad Knoll from Sublime, he was the guitarist, lead singer.
Yes.
He makes a song called Shark Pool, and Shark Pool is about his heroin addiction.
Yes.
And in his lyrics, he literally talks about one day I'm going to lose the war, meaning that one day he was going to overdose and die.
Right.
And he did. And this is no different. Like, one day, Prince Harry's going to lose this war. If he puts a baby in that, it's over.
He's already done it, dude. Like Meghan Markle's pregnant, dude.
Well, he's lost the war already.
Man.
I mean, there's no, it doesn't, and I don't want to be the Debbie Downer on this one.
Sure.
If we all got him in a room and did an intervention with the guy, he won't listen. It's over. I mean, I want to be hopeful for Prince Harry, but there's no hope for him. He lost the war. Like, this is Pool Shark. This is exactly what Pool Shark is about. And that's all I'm going to say to that one.
Oh, man. Greg in New Jersey, thanks for the call. Listen, it is a sobering reminder, but I would actually counter with this. I don't want to say there's no hope for Prince Harry. Fortunately for him, because he is a prince, he is a part of the royal family, high-value women, and when I say high-value, guys, I mean young, beautiful women. A high-value woman is not a woman who makes six figures. A high-value woman is not a woman who travels the world. No. A high-value woman is a woman who's young and beautiful. That's it. Prince Harry will have no shortage of young, beautiful women lining up to be with him. And looks like I'm a little bit behind here because Bramblebush tells me that she already had the kid. But even if he decides to, whatever happens, Meghan Markle can't, I mean, listen, she can do whatever she wants. She might think that the royal family works like the American court system, but she can't, there's no way that the royal family is just going to let her take everything. She has no claim to the throne. She has no claim to the crown. She's just a dude. If I can put this in ancient terms, she's just a harlot that one of the princes, he mistook a concubine for wife material. At some point, he'll figure it out, but listen, man. Okay, so she's set for life, but she doesn't have any claim to any royal fortune. Not even close. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to area code 913. Area code 913 are on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Don, it's Big Spur from California.
Big Spur in California. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Out here driving, getting this money. This situation reminds me, I don't know if you remember the movie Snow White and the Huntsman.
I've heard
in the beginning when Charlize Theron takes the king.
Yeah, I've heard of the movie, but I hadn't seen it. Yeah, Charlize Theron. I think Chris Hemsworth is in it. Kristen, the chick from the Twilight, she ended up fucking the director and all that. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yes, all of that shit. You need to watch the very beginning of the movie. The first 10, exactly this situation. Is the damsel in distress. gets the husband, all this shit, then turns around, stabs him in the back, takes the whole fucking kingdom.
God damn.
And this reminds me of this situation right now. Like, she totally gamed him,
Sure.
like, out of this world. And I think the only way that he's going to get out of this is if he freaking pulls one of his mom situations, like, in a tunnel somewhere. She needs
Hello?
going to get out of this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You were breaking up. Here's the thing, Spur. Meghan Markle's not going to take the whole kingdom. She's not going to take it over. That only really happens in the movies. Now, she can certainly inflict damage, right? Like, she can inflict damage on Harry. Harry can make bad decisions like he's making now because of his wife. But if it gets bad enough, all the royal family is going to do is quarantine him, right? They're just going to say, all right, we're going to seal him and her off, so that they can't do any more damage. And when and if Harry ever comes to his senses, we'll welcome him back with open arms, so long as he doesn't bring that slut along with him. I'll give you the last word.
I agree. And also, just to add to what you said last time, you had gave a suggestion to watch that movie, Blue Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got a chance to watch it, man.
Yep.
And the whole situation with hypergamy in general, it's like, even if you do give a woman everything that she possibly wants, it's still never enough.
Never enough.
So I think it's a matter of time before he's going to end up being pushed to the curb, and she's going to try to get whatever she can. But like you said, he's well protected. If anything, she'll end up dead in a goddamn tunnel somewhere if she pushes it too far.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. A lot of people, we always have those conspiracy theorists out there. A lot of people think the Princess Di thing wasn't an accident, may have been on purpose. Last question before I let you go, Big Spur. Who do you think ends the relationship? Do you think it's Markle who initiates the end of the relationship with an affair or cheating or filing divorce? Or do you think it's Prince Harry?
I'm gonna take Markle for 500. I think she's already having an affair. If she's already at this level where she's possessed, she's fucking somebody.
Okay, well, listen, it's possible. Thanks for the call, Big Spur. It's possible. I doubt it, but listen, man, she's an American woman, and if a woman wants to cheat, she gonna cheat. That's just all there is to it. Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to area code 214. Area code 214, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oops, wait a minute. That's not the right one. That is the... Oh, yeah. Area code 214, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes. Lance from Watauga.
Wait, hold on, real quick. You said your name is what? From where?
Lance from Watauga.
Oh, Lance from Watauga. Okay, go ahead, Lance.
I want to say real quick that I believe Prince Harry is screwed, primarily because Prince Harry he doesn't know anything about women,
right?
And the reason why he doesn't know anything about women is because his entire life he's been treated well by women because he's a prince,
right?
So he doesn't know their true nature, so he can't know what Meghan Markle is doing. The only way he's gonna know is by being with her for a long time.
Yeah.
And then finally, the light bulb turns on in his head. But by then, it's already too late. He's already gotten her pregnant, right?
Yeah.
And there's a comedian. His name is Godfrey.
Okay.
He was on a show called Vlad TV, right? And he actually talks about Meghan Markle. And he what was it, a year ago? And he said how Meghan Markle, she's a Cali girl, she's an actress, and that before any of this happened, he said that she's full of shit. That this whole princess thing, this whole thing, she's full of shit because, first of all, she's a Cali girl.
Yep.
Which is a certain type of girl.
Yep.
She's an actress.
Yep.
Which is a certain type of woman.
That's right.
And the whole royalty thing, she's gonna be bored. The whole prim and proper. Please pass the soup. Use this kind of fork. All that stuff. In a woman's mind, that whole prince and princess thing, in her mind, it's exciting, but to actually live it, is boring as hell.
Yeah, listen, Lance, hold on real quick. I agree with you 100%. In movies and in books and fairy tales, it all sounds very exciting, and they lived happily ever after. This is what women think they want. Then when they actually get it, they're like, oh my God, I got to do another luncheon. I've got three different forks, 12 different knives. I've got a teacup. I have to do this proper. I have to look this way, that way. Meghan Markle, Lance, is already bored with the royal treatment. This is why she has talked Prince Harry into separating from the family. So you're 100% right on that.
Yes. And days ago, right? Look, what you're saying, all of this is true, right? I was very blue-pilled a year ago. I've always been, I would say maybe for the past 2 years, I've been a little bit red-pilled, but I didn't know it.
Okay.
But I was much more blue-pilled a year ago, and I didn't know any of this. All of this is true. A couple of days ago, Rolo did a podcast about indignation, right? What you're saying today is
wait a minute.
that women.
I'm looking up the Bachelorette. No, I was looking up the Bachelorette on Fox News, and a video started playing. But go ahead.
Oh yeah. What you're saying is women. Women are what language did you use? You said women are
womanese.
Are prone to self-destruction.
Yeah.
Women are prone to self-destruction, and look, that's why they like bad boys. Is because they're prone to self-destruction. They like guys who treat them badly because they're prone to self-destruction. Even good women, right? Like Devin, for instance, right?
Yeah.
You have a good woman.
Well, hold on.
She's prone to self-destruction because...
Listen, Lance, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, with all due respect to Devin's not... There's no such thing as a good woman and a bad woman anymore, right? Yes, there are some women who are inherently... Listen, some people are just born fucked up. But for the most part, we as people, we are born as a blank slate. We are a product of our environment. If feminism didn't exist, most women would be, I guess, better off in our estimation. Devin is neither good nor bad. She's just a woman, and as you were absolutely getting ready to say, listen, she's a good woman, or at least she appears to be, but if left to her own devices, even she is prone to self-destruction. So I'm not sitting here, I'm not trying to badmouth my girl, but men have to understand, Lance, that neither women are not inherently good and they're not inherently bad.
Yes.
Women are only what they are allowed to become. Is that where you were going?
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, the reason why I say good woman is good in the sense of better than the other women you've encountered.
Yes.
There's a reason why you've been with Devin this long. You know, it's not good, but better than those other hosts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Rolo did a podcast about indignation, talking about how women they like drama and stuff like that, and this is why is because I used to believe, right, that if you found a good woman, this male idealism, because men are very idealistic creatures, we're actually much more loyal than women.
Of course.
I believe.
Yeah. Oh no, it's true. Men are much more loyal than women. Yeah.
I used to believe that if you found a good woman, a woman who was just feminine, just a woman, right, who will make your life better, who will bring peace to your life. But the only truth, even if you found that woman, it doesn't bring peace to your life because you still have to deal with her shit.
Yes.
Right. The only way to bring peace to your life is to bring peace to yourself. You have to find it within yourself first.
Yeah, you can't.
But adding a woman to your life will always bring some sort of thing you have to fix.
Right. Well, listen, women, and thanks for the call, Lance and Wataga. Yeah, listen, he's right. What Lance is saying is absolutely right. No matter how good a woman is, she's always going to have some shit. She's always going to have some shit with her. But guys, this is women, right? Like, women aren't perfect. Men aren't perfect. Women aren't perfect. I'm not trying to conflate men and women. And I'm not saying that Lance is doing this, but there are a lot of men out here who expect perfection from women, right? Like a guy would get his hands on a half-decent chick. Okay, she's good to me. She doesn't cheat. She's honest and this and that and the other, but she talks too much, right? Or, but she's terrible at, Devin is terrible at fucking laundry, right? We have men out here who are so picky and so selective. They put unrealistic expectations. You're not going to find the perfect woman. Every woman is going to give you shit. Even back in the 50s and 60s, the little girls that were trained to be good, dutiful, doubtful wives, guess what? They still had the shit with them too. They're going to be neurotic. They're going to test their men. This is just what comes with the territory, right? I think a lot of men, and I'm not saying that Lance endorses this, but there are a lot of men who are looking for a woman that has no risks. That's never going to happen, guys. Any involvement with a woman is going to come with some level of risk. But Harry's risk is so high. And, dude, Meghan Markle has all of the black flags, just like Lance said. Dude, she's from California. Not even Lance. It was Big Spur in California. Meghan Markle's from California. That's a feminist hotbed. And California girls are sluts. They're hoes, man. She went to college. Dude, she dated a porn. Like, dude, red flags all over the place. Red flags all over the place. Good call there by Lance in Watauga. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let us go to area code 773. Area code 773. You're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is L.A. and I'm from Chicago.
L.A. in Chicago. What's going on, man?
Yeah. Okay. I got three things that I want to throw at you. Two comments and one question, and I'll get out of your hair.
Okay.
Okay. One, on the topic, Meghan Markle and this whole Sierra situation. Just like you, I don't give them shit. I feel like they played this game to perfection.
That's right.
And they won big time.
Yeah.
You got to give them that.
Yep.
They played exactly how they should have with the things that they had. And they didn't hide anything.
Nope.
Because the faults that they had were not hideable.
Nope.
All their cards were on the table. They just played a better hand. But the only issue that I have with these kind of situations is the cultural and social impact that this kind of thing has.
Right.
Because we all know how women are a ridiculous group of people. What they will do is take this extremely small, extremely rare situation and say, if she can do it, I can do it.
That's right. That's right.
And think that they're going to win big time with 3 kids or a gut or 40 to 30, however old, past the wall, and think that they can do that exact same thing when it almost never works out.
Yep.
And they can see that way more often.
Yep.
But they'll ignore it. All right. Second comment. I wanted to, like when you were talking about these bachelor shows, dating shows, like The Bachelor.
Oh, The Bachelor,
right?
right. Real quick, before you hang on, real quick, and I'll let you finish. LA, The Bachelorette. Some of you guys may have seen me go because I know who The Bachelorette is. I actually have seen her on the show before. It is a 38-year-old woman by the name of Claire Crowley. She has been on The Bachelor. She's been on The Bachelor in Paradise. Guys, this woman is the epitome of neurotic. This woman is neurotic. She's self-important. She's entitled. She's absolutely all over. Dude, she is an emotional train. Guys, this is going to be train wreck television. This is going to be train wreck television. Here's the thing. Hannah Brown ended up not getting engaged. That wasn't hard to predict. I predicted that. If you guys go back and watch my episode and said, listen, man, I called this 2 episodes in. Hannah Brown's not going to be engaged because she's a hoe. She acts like a hoe. She wraps her legs around every guy on the show. She's fucking guys left and right. Fuck Peter in the shed 4 times. I mean, dude, she could not hide her sluttiness, right? She was never going to end up engaged to someone. Claire Crowley, not so much. She's going to end up with a fiance at the end of the show because Claire Crowley is 38. Hannah Brown was 24 at the time of the show. But guys, I'm telling you right now, if this woman being the Bachelorette, this is must-see TV. Any man who has any doubt as to the craziness, the licentiousness, just the neuroticism of today's American women, you need to watch this season. Dude, listen, I'm back on the narcotic. I left that narcotic alone after the whole Hannah B thing. I figured I'd gotten everything out of that show that I could. Was useless to watch it. Oh, no. We got a 38-year-old Bachelorette, and this one at that. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a lot of fun. Please continue. L.A. and Chicago.
Yeah. I'm with you. And like you were saying, not only is this the epitome of, fucked up American women, this is the epitome of post-war women in general.
Yep.
The worst position they're in, the worse they're going to behave.
That's right.
But like you said, women are like stray dogs in a dog shelter. They're there for a reason. They're in that position for a fucking reason. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. But, yeah, back what I was saying, right? there's one show on Netflix right now called Love is Blind, and I was just watching this. I'm guessing the way that you watched The Bachelor, and I'm like, holy shit, this is nothing but red pill material.
Love is
Everything
Blind,
about this is typical as fuck, and it's hilarious. I almost died laughing at this shit the entire night because everything is extremely predictable if you're looking at it from a red pill lens.
So the
Like,
show. Wait. So the show
crazy.
is. So the show is called Love is Blind. You said.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it's a bunch of post-war women with some guys who are just turning 30 or moving forward in life. And there's an alpha Chad. There's a, old chick who's not quite done riding the carousel, but she's way past the age where the guy that she's after want her anymore. Like, it's hilarious, man. You gotta watch it. At least check it out. The first couple episodes I'll give it.
Okay,
But,
Elliot, what's your question?
And the last thing is a question. I wanted to know, can a guy be alpha widowed? Because I've been looking at the situation of this guy, Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande. And it seems to me that the dude is kind of alpha widowed. If you know anything about that.
Can a man be alpha widowed? In other words, can a man have that one woman that he always sort of pines for, right? That he'll never ever forget. No, that's no, that's an emphatic no. Because here's the thing, and this is really just a mathematical thing. Men age better than women, right? A man can let's say a man alpha widow, let's say a 35-year-old man alpha widows a 22-year-old, right? 10 years later, she's 32, right? She's 32 10 years later, okay? And he is 45. Guess what? He is still viable for sexual attraction. She still thinks of him as husband material. She's at 32. She's not, right? Like a woman can carry a woman carries a torch for the man who alpha widowed her for much longer because men age better than women, right? Listen, like a lot of guys carry a torch for their high school girlfriend, my high school sweetheart. And oh, by the way, I actually saw, this is weird, and thanks for the call, LA and Chicago. I actually saw my high school sweetheart on Family Feud. Like her husband, her fucking little sister. Holy shit. They were actually on Family Feud. But guess what? She doesn't look so good anymore, right? I can't carry a torch for her because she's, what am I, 42? She's 40 years old, right? Now she could carry a torch for me because while she is way past the wall, dude, I'm still in my sexual prime. So no, and there's no such a thing as a man being alpha widowed because women are not alphas. Women cannot be alphas. But I understand your question. Good stuff. Cameron Barton says that Hannah Brown fucked her partner with the... Oh my God. Are you serious? Oh my God. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh, this is just too funny. This is... listen, I'm not going to get... I don't want to get off topic here. Listen, Hannah Brown is who we thought... Listen, in the immortal words of Dennis Green, they are who we thought they were. Hannah Brown is an absolute hoe, and she's conducting herself like a hoe. I'm not going to make the show about her. I've already broken that down. Area code 469, I'm going to come to you in just a second, followed by area code 904 and so forth. Something that LA and Chicago, as well as Lance and Watauga, talked about that got my attention. I'm gonna touch on these points really quickly. A while back, I wrote an article on a particular website called "Why Meghan Markle is Dangerous to Black Women." Okay. Like I said, Meghan Markle, she's pulled off the greatest heist in the history of relationships by convincing a prince that she's more viable than younger, hotter, tighter women, right? But I'm not gonna throw shade on black women, okay? But black women in particular, who characterize this as a watershed moment in their history as black women are calling this a game changer, right? And this is where the exception to the rule comes into play. Meghan Markle marrying Prince Harry is not a game changer, guys. It's not a game changer. Zoe Saldana married Marco Perego. Zoe Saldana is a black-ish woman. Marco Perego, obviously an Italian guy, I think. Nothing changed. Serena Williams married Alexis Ohanian. Nothing changed. Iman married David Bowie back in 1992. Nothing changed, guys. Black men are black women's only option. That hasn't changed and it never will. But black women think that Meghan Markle becoming the Duchess of Sussex is supposed to all of a sudden cause white dudes to just start banging down their doors and walk them down the aisle, and that simply is not true. The sad thing is they don't know it. They have no idea why. And this is where women sort of trying to live their lives based on the exception to the rule, this is where it's dangerous, man. Another caller also said that the reason why Prince Harry doesn't understand the true nature of women is because he's a prince. He's always gotten the best of women. He has had literally girls just fed to him. He has no idea how they work. I got a very good friend of mine. I talk about it all the time. He's tall, blonde, and good looking. His name is Paul. This dude is one of the best looking guys I know. Only now, in his late 30s, is he starting to understand what women are really like. But dude, his whole life's girls threw themselves at him. And because getting girls was just so easy for him, just based on the way he looked, he had no idea that women could really be fucked up. He had no idea how fucked up women could actually be. That's not his fault. I mean, what is he supposed to do? Apologize that every woman he's ever known in his entire life treats him like a god? No. But Prince Harry's in that same position. He's in that same predicament. He's fucking Prince Harry. And to be honest with you, he probably never really will know the true nature of women when it comes down to it. At least until Meghan Markle pushes him in that right direction. Big thanks goes out to Merciless6. He says, how does one like Meghan Markle even get in proximity to interact with royalty or any high-value male? Did she give him choosing signals? Meghan Markle's celebrity gives her access to high-value men. Right? Meghan Markle's, dude, she's been in the public eye for a while. She's a movie star. She's been in movies, TV shows. I think she's most famous for the television show Suits. Maybe she's at a party or a gathering. They catch eyes. They make eye contact. They exchange numbers. The rest is history. It's her celebrity. That's what gives her access to these guys. Big thanks goes out to Rashad, 53194. Welcome to the chat privileges. As well as Michael C., who is now the newest member of TSR Towers. He says, I appreciate the growing production quality, so I contribute. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Yes, I work very, very hard on my... There's no one on the internet who has better production than I do. And, oh, by the way, guys, I do all of this on my own. This is a solo act. So I appreciate it when guys recognize the detail and the work that I put into my show. All right, enough of me rambling. Let's get back to the phone lines. Area code 469. Area code 469, you're on Live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
How you doing, Donovan? This is Dub out of Dallas.
Dub in Dallas. What's up, brother?
Now, what's up? Quick synopsis. I'm going through what the Prince is going through with Meghan Markle. I'm going through a divorce.
Okay.
And I got wind of you, Roller Tomasi, Minister Jab, Alpha Male Strategies is just, I wish I would have got a hold to it earlier.
Right.
But
how old are you?
I'm 35.
Oh, bruh. No, listen, Dub. Listen. I know, and real quick before you go on, don't be hard on yourself, man. Because we were given faulty tools. You are in a very, very good position. Yes, we all could have used the red pill at a much earlier age. There's no doubt about that. My life would be very different if I had red pill awareness at the age of 22 instead of finding it 10 years ago at 32. But, Dub, you are 35 years old. And as a 35-year-old man, in as far as sexual market value is concerned, that is equivalent to an 18-year-old girl, my friend, right? So as a 35,
I agree.
Okay, very good. I just wanted to let you know that, hey, listen, I know that you're going through a divorce, but listen, things are going to get better for you. But please continue.
Oh, I've been binge watching you, sir. Your quality is off the charts. But real quick, don't want to hold you long. The funny thing is, with my soon-to-be ex-wife, she even said, I gave you the best years of my life. And then I said, I know, and I'm coming up on the best years of mine because I still look, I'm 6'4", I'm in shape.
Ooh, yeah.
I look like I still get carded for cigarillos and alcohol on the regular. So I'm like, I'm coming into my prime. I drive trucks. This is the most this is the most money I've gained over a lifetime. The easiest work, And I'm like, your sexual market value's gone down. We've had 2 children. So in a lot of these females' heads, they think they still look how they looked before the kids came. So,
Wow.
in all reality, it's like, by these females thinking they can live vicariously through these people they see on television, it's like, that is not you. She's 33, by the way. So her sexual market value and all of these women's sexual market value that think that they can really go out and do better, it's like, are you really serious? You're crazy. So what Prince Harry is, one more point I like to make out. Now, when we first got together, I was treating her like shit. I was head of security at a club.
Oh, wow.
So I had my pickings every week. But I didn't know back then I was in the red pill. So boom, when the kids came, I was like, okay, let me sit my ass down somewhere. Let me be a good quote unquote husband. But the moment I started doing the responsible thing, what a quote unquote what a man's supposed to do, that's when the respect started to leave. And I was like, damn, when I was like fucking bitches on the regular and she would see me get chosen by other girls, and she would be on her knees begging me to come back. But then when I sat still, it's like the power shifted, and I was like,
Every time.
So fast forwarding into now, go ahead.
No, I said every time. I was agreeing with you. Go ahead.
So fast forwarding into now, thanks to you, Alpha Male Strategies, Minister Jap, Roller Tomasi, just everyone in the red pill area, it's like, wow, I just want to thank you. And honestly, I started listening to y'all while I was in the marriage, and I was like, hold on, let me get the fuck up out of here because this shit is not worth it. So I just want to thank you. I've been watching you for forever. You got so much content. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I've got an ocean out there,
keep
man.
doing what you're doing, and thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for the call, Dub in Dallas. I absolutely. This is my favorite part of doing this, is getting phone calls from men who tell me, Donovan, you changed my life. Man, that's something else, dude. That's something else. Yeah, Rolo calls that what Dub in Dallas' situation is called awakened while married. A man is married and he finds the red pill after he's married, and it completely changes them. So congratulations to Dub in Dallas, a 35-year-old who is now in the prime of his life. King Marquis says, what is the name of that blue movie Donovan said we should watch? It's called Blue something. Yes, it's called Blue Valentine. Blue Valentine. It's got Ryan Gosling, and Michelle Williams. Danny Arnold says, Meghan Markle is the world's greatest, most successful con artist. I agree with you, Donovan. This isn't a game changer. It is simply a grifter pulling off a great con job. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 904. Again, area code 904. You're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Donovan? This is Will S. from Jacksonville, Florida, brother. How are you?
Will S. How you doing, man?
I'm okay, man. Hey, I think, my opinion, I don't think Harry intended on being with her on a permanent capacity. I think he was slumming initially, and he ended up getting into some type of long-term relationship with his broad, and
wow,
the kid came, and now he's kind of fucked.
So you think that it wasn't his intention?
He ain't want that bitch. Yeah, he's just slumming, man. Come on.
Okay.
Give it a buck. He had access to any woman, black or otherwise, in that country, a woman of value he could have had.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense,
dude. He wants some bitch from Compton.
Yeah, right. Right. He wants a California girl who's well past the wall. It just it blows my mind, but that makes sense. Like, he might listen. I think he was slumming, think he was bottom feeding. One thing led to another, and he said, "You know what? Let's go ahead and do it." It's almost like he got duped into marrying her.
Yeah, he got duped into marrying her. You better watch his ass too, because she can convince him to move over to Canada. She can convince him to move to California.
Man.
If he stays in that state for 10 years, he's fucked.
That's a wow, Will.
You feel me?
Bruh.
Come on, man. He left it. Yeah, man. Come on.
Yo, listen, I hadn't even thought of that. Guys, listen to this, and Will is on to something. You're on to something. So she convinced him to go from the UK to Canada, right?
Canada.
Dude, there's not, listen, going
from there to fucking Cali.
That's what I'm saying. That's not a big leap. She can be like, you know what? Let's go ahead and move to Hollywood. There's more opportunities there for us. We can take care of ourselves. Next thing you know, a decade goes by, and now she's got you by the fucking balls. Now she's got you by the balls.
That's got access to the royal funds.
Wow. At that point, now she's got access to the royal funds.
Potentially, I don't know what the laws are.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't make it certainly doesn't make it easy.
But she got at least access to that $25 million.
That's right.
At least access to that $25 million.
That's right. You know it.
Guaranteed.
Wow, dude, I had not even thought about that.
It's very irresponsible for her to be acting this way. I mean, it's socially, making these bitches irresponsible. Lizzo has the same effect on these fat bitches.
Yes.
There's a little show back in the 90s called Sex in the City, where 40-year-olds were going to New York and getting banged out by 20-something-year-olds. And what happened after that show aired was he had a bunch of bitches moving to New York, and they ended up homeless in these goddamn shelters because they realized Wall Street cats ain't fucking with these broads like that. You feel me?
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, you're right, though.
And they believe that shit, man.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Started all this horse shit, man. Sex in the City started all this bullshit, man.
Thanks for the call, Will. Will in Jacksonville. He said all these bitches watching Sex in the City, right? They all thought they could do the Carrie Bradshaw thing and find their Mr. Big. They moved to New York City, and now them bitches homeless. Oh, shit. That's funny as shit. Wow. But he's right. He's right. A lot of hobosexuals, H-O-B-O sexuals out there in New York City. There are a lot more women that are hobosexuals than you might think. Let that sit. Area code 843. Area code 843, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, this is JX Flex, Donovan Sharpe, man. Nice
JX Flex.
Again, man.
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Man, shoot, doing good. I'm at work. I'm trying to make this quick as possible. First of all, I'd like to say thank you and everything. I've been watching you guys since 2016. But right here with this topic, man, the Prince, it's a beautiful day to fuck up. Bro, the Prince is really basically messed up, man. He is basically beta male pussy side.
That's all
I don't know what is going on with it is. They never been these celebrities, these royalists, these people, these sports athletes, these men never been taught game. They never been taught this knowledge of the game. And right now this woman's about to take this man to the cleaners. Basically, I won't be surprised if she divorced him and then turn around and take the queen's throne, and the queen's gonna have to really get at Prince Henry. I wouldn't be surprised.
Listen, Jax. I understand what you're saying. I don't think that could happen, right? But I do think that Meghan can and will take her pound of flesh. It's just like Will in Jacksonville said. Let's just say, for just hypothetically speaking, JX, Meghan Markle has already convinced Prince Harry to move to Canada, right? She's already convinced him to leave his home country. Will in Jacksonville said, listen, it's not a big leap to move from Canada to California. And all Meghan has to know is, listen, I got family out there. We're trying to build our own brand. We might want to do a reality show. The best place for us to be is California. Well, guess what? If he's there with Meghan Markle for 10 years, now she's got him by the balls. I don't think that she'll have any sort of claim to the throne, but she will have access to Prince Harry's personal net worth of $25 million. I'll give you the last word.
Jay, okay. I'm gonna tell you like this. When you mentioned the movie Blue Valentine, also it's a prime example. Coming to America.
Yep.
Think about what Eddie was. He was a prince.
Wow. That is a very
think
good
about
point.
it. Coming to America. He was a prince that everything. You saw at the beginning of the movie, right? When he was getting up, everything was done for him. Even his balls was getting cleaned by women. Is that it? The royal penis is clean?
Yep.
You want anything else?
That's right.
He was like, no. So the guy got bored and went all the way to Queens in America, bought back a woman who has a mind of her own and opinionated, traded for a woman that was brought up from the ground up from a little girl all the way up to a grown woman that was meant to only serve the prince.
And you want to know something else, Flex?
He traded that.
You want to know something else? You remember at the end of the movie where she's like, oh, I can't believe this is happening and blah, 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 and I love you for you and no matter what. And he's like, well, listen, we could stay here and we can just give all this up and live our lives here. You know what she said? She said, nah, bitch, like that. Listen, your seal was, your fate was sealed at that point. I'll give you the last word, Flex.
That shit was also, think about it. Now, years later, guess what happened? The same thing that reflected off the movie is now happening.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. It is absolutely positively the same thing. Flex, I appreciate the call. Yeah, man, listen, Coming to America is a red pill movie. I hadn't really thought about that until now. All right, let us go to area code 802. Area code 802, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan, this is Debson. I'm calling from Burlington, man.
Debson in Burlington, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Well, Donovan, like you always said, I strongly believe it's just like a better amount. The reason why I say that because like Meghan, when I could have any woman that he wants in the world from any country, any class, he could have any
woman he wants, man.
Women, yeah. So now this guy married Meghan Markle. This girl like probably had been sleeping around since she was like 16.
Oh, of course she was. Of course.
So and she get married like when she was 32. That's mean like if President Trump, she already take like debt, so many debt for decades. Like the debt that she get, like America could build a pipeline from Iraq to Texas because she got so many. And you realize that guy, a prince, he went to marry Meghan Markle, and now she got her pregnant, and they even have kids. So definitely, like they go to a divorce, she got the jackpot. But what I want the guys to know is like, I mean, like that's not the end of the story, because if Meghan Markle decide like if she think like she can damage the royal family more, the queen might make the MI6 taking care of her, like the old-fashioned way, like because even though people think. Even people think the queen doesn't have power, but it's not true. The queen really have power because every morning the MI6 and all the agency that responsible for the security of the throne in UK, she's the first one like they give a report every morning before the Prime Minister Boris Johnson with them. So she truly have full power. So like I was still a prince.
Oh, we lost Debson. Debson, call back. Debson, please call back. Debson, call back, man. Area code 802, call back. All right, let's go back to the phone line. Debson, if you want to call back, I'll put you right to the front of the queue. Let's go to area code 760. Area code 760. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yes, area code 760. Yes, you're on live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, sorry about that, man.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, dude, this is Graham out here in California.
Okay.
Basically, I was living in the UK when these two people first started fucking dating.
Wow. Holy
and
shit,
people
man.
on the news, people on the news, like talk show people, morning show hosts, all these fucking women were talking about how he was punching above his weight class.
Oh my God, are you serious?
And like me, okay, yeah.
Oh my God.
So, dude, feminism must die. This shit's got to end.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and basically the reason why they were saying that is because deep down they know he's a little bitch.
Yeah. Listen, deep down.
That's it.
Well, hold on. Yeah, you're
right.
right.
You know what I mean, dude?
No,
It's
listen, I know
fucking
what you
crazy.
mean. Listen, he's a little bitch, but guess what? He's not, regardless of how much, and I agree with you. Prince Harry is absolutely, positively a beta bitch boy. There's no doubt about it. But you want to know something? Dude, Prince Harry, he's probably pounded more high quality ass than 10 of you and me combined, man. His very status alone gives him access to this stuff. He needs to get with a traditionally feminine girl who's not going to take him to the cleaners. He went completely off the rails with this whole Meghan Markle thing. I'll give you the last word.
Okay. Another thing is, just really, really quick, dude. I don't exactly know how much. I mean, I'm sure that you might know a little bit about this too, but basically, a lot of people have to die before he can be king. Like, a lot of people got to go before he's actually, like, next in line.
Okay.
So maybe.
I mean, dude, Prince Charles has been.
I don't think that William would have ever even considered doing some crazy shit like this.
Of course not.
Because at some point, he's fucking next in line. He's number one. He's the firstborn.
Right.
So maybe Harry was kind of like, you know what? I'm never going to really be number one. I'm always going to have the money. Fuck it. Let's just see what happens. I don't know, dude. And people even saw this coming. People saw this happening years ago. They're like, you know what? She's going to fucking stag him. He's going to get in fucking deep water.
Yep.
She's got him. She gamed him. And I was just like, man, he's probably gonna leave. And, it's just so predictable. But anyway, Donovan, you do some great things here, man. I'm gonna keep on listening. Okay, you take it
Thanks,
easy.
man. Appreciate that. Graham in California, coming with that hot fire. He came with the fire. He came with the passion, man. Area code 323. Area code 323. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan. My name's Andre in LA.
Andre in LA. What's up, brother?
Hey, I have a quick movie recommendation. You've mentioned The Blue Valentine.
Yep.
And you guys need to see the movie Valentine from 2002. It's Red Pill 101. It has Charlie Sheen's ex-wife in it, and
Denise
from
Richards.
the first scene to the last, it's all about the red pill. It's Valentine.
Okay.
And so, so I have two personal friends here in LA that are going through this Meghan Markle situation. A friend of mine wrote the movie Real Women Have Curves.
Okay.
It's Feminism 101. And she grew up poor as a Latina in East LA. This is her real life. She met the son of a multimillionaire from France.
Okay.
They have a house in the south of France. They own a restaurant. They own several theaters here in Los Angeles. Once she got her own restaurant and her kids grew up, she divorced the guy.
Damn.
And now it's just like really sad seeing him try to hit the dating market. And other than buying him the book, The Rational Male, like, what can we do to help this guy? He's a dad, drives a minivan. He's just not, he was a family man. And my friend, she just bounced. She always wanted to cheat, always wanted to date someone else. And it's just sad to see this happen to this family.
Man, I'm telling you what, man. One thing that, and this is exactly why men have to learn how to handle women. And thanks for the call, Andre in LA, is because women have the potential to destroy families. Women have the potential to destroy legacies, because once women wins the heart and the mind of a man with resources, regardless of what his family tells him what to do or what not to do, like, it's a wrap, man. Like, he starts making rash decisions. He starts this is all bad, man. This is all bad. I'm not going to say there's no hope for Prince Harry, but I'm going to tell you what, man. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Area code 724. Area code 724. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Area code 724.
Hey, Donovan.
Yes, what's up?
Hey, Donovan. This is Pimp Dog Geese from Butler, PA.
Pimp Dog Geese, what's up, brother?
Just wanted to holler at you real quick and wanted to make a couple of quick comments real quick. I'll be right back. First off, first and foremost, okay, let's give it up for Meghan Markle, okay. Good, congrats to her.
Hey, man.
Okay, because she did it. And like you said, I am not going to hate the hustle, man.
No,
I will not knock the hustle. Good for her. But see, here's the issue that I do have, though. The issue is this here. Let me get out of here where it's a little. The issue is this right here, Don. If we have a multi-millionaire prince, okay, a multi-millionaire prince, that is, in a sense, heir to the throne of an $88 billion legacy.
That's right.
And if this guy is getting got,
Jesus.
what chance does any regular layman without the knowledge of the red pill actually have? You've got no shot.
Dude, it's just listen, man, the thing is this, man. It's I think what a lot of men in the red pill community, what we have to understand is that super duper high value men who created their own value, women who had to become good with women, men who had to learn game, those are the guys that aren't going to get got. But the really, really good-looking guys, like the guys with underwear model looks, the princes, the oil sheiks, the movie stars, the child stars, those are and I think women have figured this out, Geese. I think women have figured out that any man who is sort of born into privilege, any man who is sort of born with the kind of sexual market value that any woman would want to be with, they're targeting these men because despite having their pick of the litter, they don't really know women. And all they have to do is get in there and run the gambit and run the game like Meghan Markle has, and now she's married to fucking Prince Harry.
And knocked up.
My God.
It's a wrap, but dude, you better not ever move to America. But
dude.
2 more quick comments, man, and I'll get out of your hair real quick. The second comment I was gonna make was fuck that one then. I can't remember. But the other comment I was gonna make was that, you know, with the reason why someone had asked me about this show at work. They'd noticed I was watching it, and the reason why, you know, I support the show is because, kind of going back to my regular layman comment, this is where we're heading as men, as men in this society.
Yep.
You know, a multi-millionaire dude get knocking up a girl who dated a porn star. Get out of here. If no one is giving this message, what's going to happen to us?
Dude.
And that's why I support you, man. That is why I support you, man. Not to get into I'm big with Donovan. No. It's just because the message has to go out, man.
Nope.
But
totally
anyway,
agree.
I'm gonna leave you with that, and I just want to say thank you. Keep doing your work, man.
Thanks for the call, Pimped Out Geese. Yeah, listen, he is 100% right. Like, he asks a very good question. What is going to happen to men if men like Prince Harry can't get it? If they don't get it? If they won't get it? And again, this is why this kind of content is censored, right? This is why likes are taken away. This is why the super chat button doesn't really work the entire show, right? It's thing. And listen, man, our content is always being tamped down. And the reason why it's being tamped down is because we know it's true. Listen, nobody wants Prince Harry to hear anything we have to say, right? If they really didn't have any, and women, feminists, you know, the culture, whatever the case may be, if they really believed that what we were saying was just so wrong and this and that and the other, whatever, they wouldn't worry about it. But they know that we're right. That's why they try to deplatform us. This is exactly why they try to shut us down. If we are just out here on some bullshit, yeah, whatever, let those guys talk and do whatever they want to do. No, they know that we're onto something. They know that we have accurately dissected female nature. All right, let us go to area code 631. Area code 631. You're on Live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Shadow calling, Donovan, from the Beast Coast.
Hey, Shadow, how you doing?
Good to hear from you. I want to play devil's advocate for Harry.
Okay.
And I identify him on certain levels.
Okay.
And one of them is that I come from not a family like the Royals, but in our own little where I'm from, we were a prominent family.
Okay.
And you get privilege, you get social proof, you meet girls, so on.
Jesus Christ. Okay, guys, my apologies. Blog Talk is acting real funny, so if you get cut off, Shadow, call back. Call right back, Shadow, if you would. I'll put you right through. All right. Listen, if it accidentally cuts you off, I apologize. This is Blog Talk Radio, but we'll keep it going here. Shadow, call back. Depson, call back. Area code 310. Area code 310. You're on Live at Donovan, and what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Morning, Donovan. It's Jay in LA. How you doing today?
Hey, Jay in LA. Oh, Jay, listen, inquiring minds want to know. Jay, listen. We want the update. So let me set the scene for everyone here. Jay in LA is the guy that called the show, I think either Thursday or Friday. He was thinking about putting a ring on his woman's finger just to try to ward other guys away. We had words. Everything sounded like it was good. What update can you give us, Jay in LA, about your girl?
I got some good stuff for you.
All right, what you got, man? Give me some good news.
I heard my name mentioned earlier in the show, and I was like, oh, damn, I got to call. So, yeah. And I was having issues with the ring issue last week, and it's humbling because I've been following Red Pill content for about 4 or 5 years now, but when I came across you on YouTube, I've been doing it daily. Became a Patreon, and I started consuming it more and more and more. It's been working even better. Now, Here's the thing. and this is my comment. And this is what I wanted to kind of bring up to the other listeners who I know a lot of your listeners are very deep into Red Pill and they're gaming everything, figuring things out. But there's a lot of listeners who are new to this, who are still trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
But and I consider myself somewhat of a veteran when it comes to Red Pill. Now, when I called you last weekend and I said, "Yo, check this out. I've been following your advice. I'm gonna take it a step further and try to get the ring." And that was obviously, I didn't know it. I didn't figure it out at the time. It was going to be a huge misstep until I called you. You're like, "Yo, Jay, what the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "You know what?" As you were telling me, I was embarrassed because I was like, "What was I thinking?"
Right.
Because I took it to the antique jewelry shop. It was a $4,000 ring, and I'm like, "I'm actually considering this."
Oh no!
But then the guy was like, he was like, we're going back and forth on price, and I had just gotten my Hellcat, so I was like, I'm all in this dealing and wheeling and dealing, and I'm not going to budge for $50. I told him, "This is my price. If take it or leave it." He said no. We walked away. It was a good thing I called you. You said, "What are you doing?" As I got off the phone with you, I kept listening to the show because I was embarrassed. I was like, I can't believe I just embarrassed myself in front of all these people. And I'm listening to your show, and as I'm listening to your show, I'm texting my girl because I'm at work.
Sure.
We're texting back and forth. And she was in that mode where it's like, I got you. I got you. These things are going well for me. I got them where I want them. And I started seeing through it. And as I was texting, I was listening to your show, and I was going back to how things used to be before the ring issue, the ring episode. And I started kind of going back to everything that you were saying with, don't treat somebody too well because they'll just take advantage.
That's right.
All that basic Red Pill 101. But for the past week, I've been going hard with Red Pill.
Okay.
And she even said, I hate it when you act this way. But guess what? Last night, fucking like a porn star in front of the fireplace, and she says, "I love how you look in the firelight." I was like, "You don't look too bad yourself, but don't get too used to it." And this morning, she's like, "My pussy throbs every time I think about last night."
Yes, dude. That's what
like,
I'm talking about,
like
Jay.
It's just, but it's just so weird how my journey is like. I consider myself pretty well versed, but it's just so humbling because I don't realize sometimes I'm doing things totally wrong and I'm reverting back to my Bloomfield ways when I consider myself pretty spun up on how this works. But it's funny how you get blinded, even if it is for just a day trip. To solve,
listen, Jay. Listen, check this out. Listen, even I fail the occasional shit test, dude, and I'm Donovan fucking Sharpe, right? Like I've been with Dev I've been with Dev for it'll be 3 years in August, right? And I'm Donovan Sharpe. This is what I do for a living. I'm Captain fucking Red Pill Alpha, whatever, whatever moniker. But guess what? I do fail the occasional shit test. And you know what? The interesting thing here, Jay, is that I think what a lot of men who are new to the Red Pill don't understand or don't realize is that we have been programmed to think a certain way since birth. And so what the Red Pill is doing, you can't really reprogram yourself. What we're doing, what the Red Pill is yes, we call it reprogramming yourself. But what we're doing is we're fighting against our natural instincts, right? We're fighting against our natural instincts that have been instilled in us. From birth, Jay, we're told, be nice to girls. Girls are made of sugar, spice, and everything nice. Get married, 2.2 kids, house with a picket fence. And so when we relax a little bit, we automatically go back to that default programming. And so this is why I tell men,
because it's so easy.
Not only that, this is why I tell men you have to consume this content regularly. Because if you don't, you're going to blue pill backslide. The only reason I've never blue pill backslided because I do this for a living. Every once in a while, Jay, I'll fail the occasional shit test or I'll think about doing something like this and I got to snap out of it. Like, okay, wait a minute. If Donovan were to call Donovan's show and pitch this idea to him, what would Donovan say? And then of course I react and I act as such. I'll give you the last word, Jay.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you sharing that vulnerability because when I called you last week and you said what you said, and even some callers remembered my call because it was such a misstep. Oh yeah. I said, wow, am I fucking up that bad? But I really appreciate you saying no. It could happen to anybody because the reprogramming is so deep.
Of course.
And
it's not, listen, it's not that you're a bad guy or that you're a simp or anything like that, because I can promise you, My transgressions with women, dude, if you know my story, oh my God, I have made some of the hugest mistakes. But what men have to understand and realize is that you can never take your foot off the gas. And here's the thing, Jay, it sucks, man. And I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm just going to be honest with everybody. I wish, and I'm just keeping it 100% all the way real with you. I wish I didn't have to purposely be an asshole to my girl. Right? Like, listen, I would love to do so many nice things for Devin. I would love to be able to just take her out to dinner every night. I would love to just whisk her away or do things just because. This is what I naturally want to do. That's where the male mind defaults to. But I've been burned so many times, I can't do it anymore. So even though you had that misstep and it was embarrassing, I'm here to tell you, your boy Donovan Sharpe, every once in a while, his mind falls into sort of a blue pill abyss as well. And if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody.
Okay. See, that's awesome to hear, because I thought, am I just thick-headed? Am I that stupid? Am I that stubborn?
Nope,
I know the material, yet I'm still having this missteps.
No, listen, even if you, I'm 10 years into the red pill. I don't make too many, quote, mistakes, but I do make mistakes every so often. Every once in a while, like I said, I do fail a shit test. Every so often, I do get a little, I'll have like moments of beta-ness. This happens because we're human, because we're men. All you can do, and again, the more, I guess, quote unquote, alpha cred you had, I don't know if that's a good word or not, but Devin, like, I have a very long history with Dev. Dev knows that this is who I am. If there is a minor relapse and beta blue pill behavior, she's not going to think, is he? No. She's going to test me again to make sure that I'm not really slipping in that direction. And of course, I'll come back. But but the longer you've been with a woman and the bigger a baseline of activity that you've established with her, the more leeway she's going to give you, right? So if you've been only dating a girl for a month and you fail a shit test, guess what? It's over. If you, and not necessarily over, but guess what? It's close to being over. If you fail a shit test on approach, you're done. But year and a half, 2 years into a relationship, if you fail a shit test, okay. All right, listen, maybe he's just having an off day, whatever. We'll, and again, this is all subconsciously. But I said all that to say this, Jay. There's no need to be, listen, yes, definitely be embarrassed about it, but I don't want you to think that there's anything wrong with you. You're not crazy. You're not, no. You're a man. And you and I are probably around the same age, at least a little bit closer in age than most people might think. And this is what we were raised in. And it's just in our programming to go back to being blue pill. I'm fighting against who I really want to be. I really want to be Donovan, the fucking nice guy. I really want to, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it, man.
I know. That's me. That's my problem.
Yeah.
But another thing is, it's just like you said, just fighting it every day. Can't take the foot off the gas. It sucks. It sucks to reprimand her. It sucks to tell her to stop asking stupid questions.
Man, it sucks,
because I don't want to be that way. She said to something. She's like, "Why are you so mean to me?" I was like, and in my mind, I'm like, if I wasn't, you would be mean to me.
Right, and we can't tell him that because we can't give away the game.
No.
And listen, dude, when I'm airing Devin out, or if I'm punishing her, or if I'm withdrawing my attention, guys, that shit's not easy. Like, I care about this woman. You think I'm a sadist? You think I like? No. Nobody likes doing this stuff. But guess what? Fucking squatting 350 pounds, that's no fun either. But you want to know something? If you want leg muscles, that's what you got to do. Deadlifting 550, that shit sucks. But if you want a strong core, that's what you do. Punishing your woman, that shit sucks. But if you want a woman who stays in pocket, this is what you have to do.
Yep. Amen to that. I really appreciate all your work, brother.
Absolutely,
and
man.
I'm telling you, when I'm feeling down and I'm starting to drift, I even tell myself out loud when I'm alone, I say, I need me some Donovan. I'll break out the Patreon, and I'll start listening to
There you go.
And the day's better.
Jay in L.A., man.
Thank you so much.
No problem, man. Jay in L.A. came back and redeemed himself. 90 seconds. I'm glad he called back. Man. I really, really am, man. Because, and I didn't want Jay to feel, I didn't want him to be like too hard on himself, right? Because I was hard on him. I said, listen, Jay, come on, man. Like you're acting like you've got the scarcity mindset, dude. He self-evaluated. He said, all right. This is not working. Like I'm a red pill veteran. I've done this for 5 or 6 years. Backslid a little bit. Donovan.
60 seconds.
Donovan jolted me back into place. and now he's back on track. He's not even thinking about any more rings. So good for him. This is the cycle. This is the process. Guys, don't pay no attention to the voice. If you get in the queue, you will get on the show. If you are in the queue, you will get on the show. This is just 30 seconds until the phone lines are cut off. Like, if you're in the queue, you can get on the show. So don't worry about it. Let us go to area code 215. Area code 215. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan, my name's Dan. I'm from Philly, but right now I'm in Indiana because I'm a truck driver, so you know how that goes. I go everywhere.
Okay.
But first and foremost, I feel like what you do,
10
I don't feel like
seconds.
you get enough love and respect for it. I feel like you get a lot of criticism and bullshit that you don't deserve just because people hate to hear the truth.
Right.
But I had one comment and one question, and the first comment is, you know, I just feel like the way that, you know, women are in today's day and age, especially me being my age, because I'm 24.
Okay.
I just turned 24. And I feel like the only way to maneuver and navigate as a man, especially when you're young now, is that you have to have multiple women, because the moment that you start treating your girl like she's the only one, she takes you for granted and then tries to see if she could do better. So I feel like you almost have to be a player. And then the other thing is, me being a truck driver, meeting women, it's not really the easiest, because it's like the time that, you know, I'm not driving, I'm probably walking in a truck stop and got, you know, my driving clothes on. So,
right.
You know, I've done certain things, like I've tried to go out to, you know, when I'm in certain cities, go out to bars and things like that. But it's just like the quality of women that's out there, you know, they're the single moms, the ones that are at the wall and all that type of stuff. So I just wanted to know, because I was thinking about going back to college, just to meet women and, you know, just to interact and be social, just because back when I was 21, I went to college for a week, but I ended up dropping out because I was paying my own tuition. And I just watched your video about mothers and moms.
Yes.
I definitely had a mother. You know, my mother, she told me that
not good.
she was going to help me pay half of my tuition,
right?
Which is the only reason why I said I would go back to school. So I paid the full tuition, and then when it was time to have her half, as a mother, she's like, oh, well, you know what? I don't really got it like that right now.
There you go.
Just bailed on me.
See?
But when I was in college, man, for that week, I noticed those girls were just so easy and so willing. It was almost like, you know, trying to fuck was like a sport for them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just getting out their mom's house, and, you know, they just want to experience that freedom and being with different guys and whatnot. So what do you think about going back to college at 24 just for the women aspect?
No. I would never, and listen, man. Like, trust me, Dad. Like, I went to college for 2.5 years, right? Dude, I was slaying bitches left and right, all colors, and dude, it was unbelievable. Like, it was almost like, dude, seriously, I had look, I'm an 18-year-old kid. I got no game to speak of. I think by the time I got to college, my freshman year, I think I fucked 4, maybe 5 girls to that point. Dude, when I got to, this is actually when I stopped counting. I stopped counting, I think, when I hit 25 girls. That was during my freshman year. I have no idea how many women I've slept with. It's a shitload, but they were so fast and so furious. I literally stopped counting when I was 18, 19 years old. But returning to college just to get more opportunities with women, that's a mistake. Because you're going to get, what you have to understand is that women are always going to be around. And I know that you would love to play the game on easy mode and go to college, but there's no need to go into debt or pay these ridiculous tuition fees for a degree that's going to be totally useless just so you can get some easy ass for a few years, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is that you're only 24 years old, man. Like, at 24 years old, and I know it's hard. Listen, I know it's easy for me to say. I'm 42. I don't think about sex nearly as much as you do at 24, but I'm going to say it anyway. Listen, trust me, man. When I was 24, I was a fucking walking boner. Now, even though I'm on TRT, I just don't really think about sex as much, right? Like, a lot of guys, I want to be fucking 2-3 times a day. Listen, man, I'm in my early 40s. I love fucking, but I'm not trying to fuck 2-3 times a day. Like, dude, I'm too old for all of that. Like, I just don't have it like that anymore. That's just a fact of life. But at 24 years old, you're in the perfect position. Dude, you're a truck driver. You don't have any debt. Dude, stack your cash. Dude, stack that cash. Brush up on red pill game. If you fall into some easy pussy, great. But there's no need to give up on a sustainable career. You don't have any kids. Dude, the world is your oyster, man. Listen, if you want to pay to get easy ass, bro, go to the Bunny Ranch out there in Nye County, Nevada, where prostitution is legal. You pay one time, you can smash all the fucking Playboy bunnies you want, and you don't have to go into debt. Like that. Listen, and I'm actually dead serious, and I see all that, and I'm sort of half kidding. But listen, man, you're young. The world is your oyster. College is useless these days. If you're looking for easy pussy, it's never really going to happen. But if you want to go to Nevada, that's probably the best thing you can do. Until then, dude, listen, you're young, stack your cash, learn game, and worry about pussy when you're in your mid to late 30s. That's generally how it works.
Oh man, all right, thanks for it, man. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it, Donovan.
Den, who is also from Philly, but he's from Indiana. Yeah, as a young guy, listen, man, like I understand as a young guy, it's very as a young guy, it's very, very easy to sort of, man, I should go back. And I'm actually seeing some good suggestions here. Cameron Barton says take one class at a community college, maybe. That might actually be a good idea. Because Cameron Barton, if I'm not mistaken, Cameron smashes college ass on the regular, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're looking for an inexpensive way to get a higher education, yeah, dude, listen, that's where I met Amy, right? Dude, I probably fucked 4 or 5 girls at the community college I was going to before I got with Amy. That was in the first semester. I'm 31 years old, fucking 19, 20-year-old girls at community college. It can be done. Can be done. All right. Got more calls. I've run out of water, so I'm eating ice. Let's go to area code 347. Area code 347, you're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, this is Russ from New York.
Wes from New York. How you doing, man?
All right. I want to talk back about the prince and the female because I think this probably is the best or the worst thing that can happen to him because we wasn't born cognizant of how these females are today.
Right.
So he could take this and grow from it, or he can just go deeper into what he's into right now because, you know, he has to have an awakening. We all had to have an awakening
right,
for us to be who we are right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I have one more thing. I have the solution to this feminism. 2 solutions. One is ignore them, and 2 is to legalize prostitution.
Yep.
Because if you legalize prostitution, they have nothing we need. We don't have to deal with any of that. They will definitely act right.
Yep. Listen, and I've actually done, I think it was like episode 34, why prostitution should be legal. And the first reason, the first reason I believe that prostitution should be legal, and this is the reason why, Wes, women are staunchly opposed to making prostitution legal. If prostitution were legal, just like you said, we wouldn't need them for anything. All we would do is we pay for sex. What would we need to put up with women for? That's the only reason why we put up with women now anyway, is so that we can fuck them, right? If prostitution were legal, we wouldn't have to put up with their bullshit, the flaking, oh my God. Yeah, listen, 100% agreement, and women know this. Wes, they know this. This is why they're staunchly opposed to legalizing prostitution. I'll give you the last word.
If any of us men want to find a good wife, we need to petition Congress to legalize prostitution. Because then the females that is ruining society, they will act right.
Bruh. Listen, they'd act right. They learn how to cook. They'd be in motherfucking aprons. There wouldn't be any of this oppression stuff. I agree 100%. Good call there by Wes from New York. A lot of people say, how do we abolish feminism? You make prostitution legal? All of a sudden, feminism doesn't have that same effect. Area code 316. Area code 316. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, man. It's Walker from CO.
Walker from where? Oh, Colorado. Hey,
Yeah.
Walker, how you doing, man? I remember talking to you last time. How you doing?
Yeah, no, doing great, man. I just wanted to share actually a story, pretty much actually why I started seeking red pill knowledge out in the first place, and it relates to the whole Harry situation. And I think it's seriously, I don't know, the core of what the issue is in terms of, at least I know my generation. So a little bit of context, I was basically kind of raised to be, beta, as well as, a lot of other people my age. My mom got sick. My dad had to do everything. And he was always super emotional, and he was trying to use her as the rock. And so that's kind of what I thought was regular, natural.
Right.
And so, like, all through college, that's what I tried to seek out, I suppose. Like, I had good success with women that I didn't really care about.
Right.
But when I met a woman that I really liked her personality, I was just like, holy shit, fall on the sword. Like, this is your duty. This is what you're supposed to do as a man. And so post-college, I got a good job. I've been working on my body, everything like that.
Good.
And I found a woman that I really liked her personality. And same fucking thing. I tried to enfold basically and try to, put her up on a pedestal, be like, look, I will fall on the sword for you. And I didn't realize that, eventually, it just wasn't working. It wasn't working at all. I was just like, this doesn't make sense. I've got the job. I'm good looking, but I was, treating her so damn well that, that eventually she completely lost interest.
There you go.
And, so essentially, I guess, after it was all done, like, we'd get physical. She said, she wasn't ready for sex, and I'd be like, totally cool. My duty to wait for you, stuff like that, whatever. But, it was super frustrating. I thought, I had to give more emotion.
Right.
And, by the end of it, we broke up. I was just, I was everywhere, emotionally just completely pained. And, what brought me to the red pill to you was realizing that there was just no way this could be natural. There's no way that this could be, the natural state that a man's supposed to be in.
Right.
And so I guess the two lessons that I learned from it that I think that maybe Prince Harry's making the same mistake is that it's, I would say, the woman's job to enfold into, the man's power, the man's strength, not the other way around.
Yep.
And I feel like that's been flipped nowadays. And these men are trying to seek out and be like, I need to unfold into this woman, be like, she's the rock for me. And that's just not natural at all. It's not natural. And second of all, there's a difference between love and trust. And so you can, like, for instance, for me, I would, love a woman, that's just natural. It's not something you can help. But I would never, ever trust a woman with my heart ever again. And so the difference between separating those is super important. I think.
Yes. Listen, and a lot of my detractors always like to sort of hit me with, Donovan, Devin, she's going to cheat on you. She could cheat on you at any time. Yeah, absolutely. There is absolutely no doubt. I love Devin. There's no doubt about it, but I do not trust her. You do not have to trust a woman to love a woman. Trust and love are absolutely 100% mutually exclusive. Women like to conflate trust with love so that they can cheat on you. Well, if you don't trust me, then you can't love me. Oh, well, let me go ahead and trust you. And then you go get butt fucked in the parking lot by Dave, the unemployed garage band guitar player who may or may not have 3 kids by 3 different women.
But yeah, one last thing also, it starts with little things. And that's what many guys are oblivious of. And, like, even if, you're a powerful man, doing your own thing, you meet a woman you really like, it starts with, leaving the toilet seat up, for example, and her being like, put it down. And stuff like that. And as soon as you concede to those type of things, you're losing the game. And so many men don't realize that. They don't realize that, them being themselves and still giving her more and more power, it's creating a beast that's just not going to be healthy or in control at all. And it's completely counterproductive. But
100%. Listen, 100% agreement. Thanks for the call, Walker in Colorado. What he just said there, sort of the chink in the armor that women need to sort of control you is when they make little requests. Don't leave the toilet seat up, right? Hold my purse for me. Though, just like you said, if you concede those things, guys, that is the opening she needs. I actually have a story I actually have a really good story to tell you guys. It was like a week after I moved in with Dev, right? I'm going to tell you that right after. I need to go downstairs and I need to let the Amazon guy in, because I think he just rang the doorbell. Give me 30 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Woo. All right, good stuff, man. All right. All right. My apologies for that. Amazon always chooses to come at, like, they only come when I'm on the air. Woo! That was another one of my, I think that's I'll probably open that up there. I think that was a Knight Rider t-shirt that I got. A lot of guys ask me about my t-shirts. Hey, where do you get your t-shirts? Amazon. All right, before I get to area code 410, let me read a couple of the chats here. Let's see here. Tom Brokaw says, when men stopped controlling women is basically when society became degenerate garbage. God damn it. All right, false alarm. Woo. I'm gonna have to buy one of those. I'm gonna have to get a sign that says, "Hey, just leave it at the front door." Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. When society did stop, not really controlling women, but and it's very easy. It's very easy to sort of blame feminism, and feminism is absolutely to blame for everything. But feminism doesn't affect society if men don't sign off on it, right? And I'm not trying to take the responsibility off of women, but if we don't sign off on feminism, this, society, I mean, dude, we're not in the shit. It's not the shit show that we're in. Tim Talo in the house says, if you're wanting an easy lay, go to FetLife. Kinky, easy, and dying for dominant men. Just be safe and have solid game. Those women are dying for dominant men and eat betas up and spit them out. That I would agree with. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. He says also, don't expect anything of substance from FetLife. I assume that's like the Fetish Life dating app. I think. Danny Arnold says, sadly, I feel like the patriarchy has fallen already. It may be replaced by Islam, potentially. Time will tell, I suppose. Danny also says he hates Dave, the guitar player, but I totally dig Kevin in sales. Good stuff. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 410. Area code 410 on Live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Nova. I'm calling from the state of Maryland. How are you doing, Mr. Sharpe?
Nova, Maryland. How you doing? Good. What's up?
I'm good. Your show came up after I watched the Red Pill documentary, and I've actually had other young men in my family subscribe to your show.
Good.
So this situation with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry my brother is basically Prince Harry in the situation. I was Prince William, and I became basically Queen Elizabeth. So I totally relate to I could tell you now, it's going to end, if he doesn't end things with Meghan Markle now, it's going to be terrible for him.
It's going to end badly for Harry. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
And one of the things many of the men on your show have commented, he's behaving this way, that he's a prince. But don't focus so much on being a prince. It's more so, and I think one of your callers mentioned this actually, is because he's actually the youngest child.
Yeah.
Okay, men who are not the firstborn are not held to the same level of responsibility and accountability. Okay?
That's a good point.
I'm the firstborn in my family, and I knew
so
from
am I.
birth,
yeah,
like all the responsibilities that I'm going to have to do. And one of the power struggles that my brother and I had to deal with after my father passed away is, and unfortunately men take so much longer to learn and do things in life, is his responsibility of assuming the family.
Right.
And I've had to take over a lot of things, me personally, after my dad passed away.
Right. Let me ask you a question. So you said that it was either your sons or your brothers. You told them to subscribe to
my brother and
okay.
my younger cousin.
Okay,
my brother is the youngest child, and my cousin.
Okay, very good. Now obviously I catch a lot of heat from women for my content. Anytime a woman calls who actually has some sense, I'm always curious as to what about my content caused you to tell your cousin and your brother, hey, you need to listen to this guy. Because listen, I'm very, very hard on you guys. And very few women are able to sort of compartmentalize their feelings from what the truth is. What about my content caused you to sort of look past all of my shenanigans and all that stuff and say, hey, listen, man, this guy really is telling the truth. Men need to listen to this guy. What was it about that?
Well, as you can hear, I have a very high-pitched voice. And so when you have to send messages to men, I'm looked upon as a stuck-up bee and all this other stuff. But if I have to send the same message to men, it's much more effective to hear it from a man's voice, especially, you being a black man, too.
Sure.
So they can relate, they can hear, it's the visual and all of that. And also for me, I'm a very, a lot of things that are, I'm about hearing, I guess because I had to assume a lot of responsibilities at a very young age, and assume a lot of different things. I can hear, like, these are the facts, about your feelings and all these different things. So sure. I have like I said, I still assume a lot of the responsibility that my father did, I had to take, I had to take over the family business.
Right. Oh, wow.
So that's my responsibility.
Okay, good stuff. All right, well, listen, Nova, I appreciate the call. And again, thank you for I do thank you for having your brother and your cousin subscribe to my channel. Listen, man, Nova is doing what men out here should be doing. Listen, dude, anybody you know who pees standing up needs to be privy to this content. So, dude, just send him a video, send him an article, send him my website. Her brother and her younger cousin, if you guys are, if you guys are related to Nova and Maryland, thank your aunt, thank your sister, man. Because very few women actually make this kind of content accessible to men. Women will do whatever it takes to make sure that this content doesn't get out, right? But Nova's got a brother and she's got a younger cousin. These men are related to her. It's very, very rare that female family members actually say, hey, listen, yeah, this is the fucking truth. What women are doing is kind of fucked up. You need to listen to this guy. So I'll give her credit for that. Area code 904. Area code 904, you're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan. It's Jay from Florida. Can you hear me?
Jay in Florida. How you doing, man?
Hey, man. I'm doing great. Couple things. First, I just want to thank you guys for what you do. I mean, you guys you're literally saving lives out here. So
thank you.
Real quick, just shout out to say thank you.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen, man. Some of your callers, man, they hit some real good points earlier. But one caller said he predicted that Meghan and Prince Harry would move to California. Man, they already talked about it. They've written about it in the Daily Mail, saying that they're going to split their time between Canada and California. So she's definitely going to wait until the appropriate time period has passed, and she's going to take him for everything that she can.
Oh,
So
dude.
that's
Oh,
the
my
first thing.
God. That just proves that women are always...
hanging out with George Clooney and Serena Williams.
Oh, yeah, right. Serena. Oh, my. That's right. Serena Williams is one of Meghan Markle's best friends. Holy fucking shit, dude. Man, I'm going to tell you what, dude.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning of the show, I don't know if you were around, Jay, but at the beginning of the show, I said, listen, Prince Harry is going to be okay. Even if he falls completely on his face with Meghan Markle, he's got the royal family. He's got the backing, this and that and the other. I don't think the royal family fortune is going to be at risk. I don't think that that's going to be at risk because they're not. I mean, even though Harry's related, she can't go in and get that fortune by extension of him. But Prince Harry has a personal net worth of $25 million. And if, just like you said, if he spends an exorbitant amount of time out there in California, let's say, 10 years, dude, she's got him by the balls, man. Dude, real quick before I let you go, Jay, what does Prince Harry have to do to get out of the situation? What would you advise Prince Harry to do if you were him?
Hey, man, look, one of your other guys, and I listen to him a lot, too, he hit it, man. He needs to start acting like a complete asshole and just make her leave him.
Yep.
I mean, otherwise he's going to keep hanging on.
Well, here's the thing, Jay in Florida. If he acts like a complete asshole, she's not going to leave him, right? Like, this is the thing. This is how, and thanks for the call, Jay. This is how fucked up today's women are, guys, is if Prince Harry continues to treat Meghan like a queen, if he continues to treat her well, she's going to continue to get worse. Because what did I say? With American women, American feminist slutty women, the better you treat them, the worse they treat you. So you must do the opposite. If Prince Harry takes the advice of Corey Capella, a god amongst men, if he takes Corey's advice, starts acting like an alpha cad, an alpha playboy, this and that and the other, dude, Meghan, there's going to be some growing pains, but Meghan won't be able to get enough of him. She simply will not be able to. Okay, let's go to area code 631. Area code 631, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Donovan. It's the Shadow here, calling from the Beast Coast.
Ah, there it is. What's up, the Shadow? How you doing?
Hey, buddy. I want everybody to relax about Harry. He's going to go to the West Coast. He's tired of these provincial social constructs in Great Britain. Got the Queen breathing down his neck.
Yeah.
He's got his older brother. He's got his dad, the king. He's living in these big shadows. And as your caller pointed out, he's the youngest brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he now has a lover in Meghan Markle. And Donovan, I've always felt like she could be a superior lover. And he's swirling. He's tired of these rectangle-shaped English women who, and she's probably a superior lover, and she seduced him with her body. And his mentality is, hey, I'm going to go live abroad. I'm going to the West Coast. I mean, the only thing missing with Harry right now is a surfboard. He needs to get a surfboard, grow a ponytail, wear some flip-flops. And it's my opinion, and other red pill guys have made the statement that if a woman's a superior lover, you'll tolerate a lot.
Listen, I would agree with you. Listen, I would agree. Hold on. I would agree with you, Shadow. But again, Prince Harry's not like most men. He has access to so many women. I'm sure that he could find a woman who's younger than 38 who fucks better than Meghan Markle, right? Like, I mean, like, I don't agree that. I mean, say again.
There's a great chance this is going to be his first wife. He has his son, and this will be his first marriage, and he will return to being a Playboy prince. I predict that.
Okay, all right.
And on the last note, let me make one more note. There's a song about this. It goes like this. It goes, "Knew a little girl, but sweet as can be, make you feel like the one when you know there's three. Seductive eyes, enticing thighs, ribbons on the wrapper, but box full of lies. Makes her own money, but she don't need yours. You knock on a lover, she'll show you the door."
That sounds like Jay-Z. Who is that?
Delilah, get your scissors away from my crown, Pandora. I adore you, but put the box down. Oh, she's wild and mean. She's trouble mixed with sassy. Damn, that girl is mean. She's Casey Jean. Donovan, doing great work, buddy. The Free speech is alive and well. Bless you, sir. Good night.
Appreciate it, man. The Shadow calling in, doing a little bit of freestyle there. That sounded like Jay-Z lyrics. That sounds like something that he would, because Jay-Z is red pill. Like, let's not cast any false aspersions there. Jay-Z is absolutely 100,000% red pill. All right, let us go to area code 469. Area code 469, you're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this Dub calling back. I had to hit on a point that I missed.
Sure, go ahead, man.
Your message is getting through because I made the mistake. I meant to send footage of Deontay Wilder getting cheated in the fight, but I made the mistake of sending one of your videos to this girl that I went out on a date with, and she's 35, newly divorced with 3 kids, and she was livid. And this was now after I sent that message by mistake, she revealed to me that she said, "I'm so glad I didn't fuck you." But to me, that being that she admitted that she was gonna fuck me, that's good enough for me, because I said, "Sweetie, I can go anywhere and get a younger you with no kids,
Straight
no
up,
problem."
Straight up, yeah, like no loss, like well, I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't sleep with you. Whatever.
The algorithms are being dialed down on purpose because I let my mother listen to this, and my mother, she's 60 years old, so she was wise enough to lock down a high value male at when she was 26, and she's still with him today.
Wow.
So your message is most definitely getting out, because if I could just send you these text messages. She said I was toxic. I was like, everything that I'm saying is she said I was toxic, but behind the facts that you're spitting, she said that a woman having kids at 35 does not decrease her value. I was like, what the fuck are you smoking?
What? Like, hold up. What? Like, bitch, you don't believe that.
What? Exactly, and that goes to the ones that you made before. These women are the best liars to themselves.
Yes,
like
yes.
they will reveal the truth and try to convince themselves that that's not the truth when you're telling yourself the truth. Now, one last point. I would tell her that because she went to school with me. We went to high school together, and basically I'm going through a divorce. She's freshly divorced, so you know how they go.
Right.
So we finna do what we want to do in high school, basically. So I told her straight up, I'm like, yes, you do look good for 35, but you don't look as good as you did at 25. And then I was like, do you notice how the waitress keeps? And by me being an asshole, the waitress heard that comment I made, and then after that, the waitress is flirting with me hard than a mug. So it's like, it's ridiculous how you have to treat these women like they are shit.
Yes.
Because they know that they are shit at the bottom of the bag. Now, I'll let you go, and I just appreciate you again. I had to get that in.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for the call back, man. It's so funny. So the waitress sees him exhibiting red pill awareness, and now the waitress is more attracted to him. Ah! Classic. Let's go to area code 484. Last call of the day. Area code 484. You're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, D Sharpe, what's going on, man? It's Kenyatta out of Pittsburgh.
Kenyatta in Pittsburgh. How you doing, man?
Same old same. Just getting off of work. Hey, listen, man. I wanted to tell you this little story.
Okay, go ahead, man.
And then wanted to see if you could break down for me what kind of woman this is. You know, I mean, I clearly she was a super slut, but I'm wondering if you could break it down a little bit more.
Yeah,
than
lay it on me. What you got, man?
So this is literally about 15 years ago. It's back in 2005, dealing with this girl. And in hindsight, it should have been, you know, easy to tell she was a hoe. But
right,
I was 22, extremely naive. So anyway, make the long story short, one day I'm over at a crib, sitting on the bed. And this is back in the day when I was smoking. So I'm sitting on the bed. I'm high as hell. She in the kitchen or the living room doing something. So I'm sitting there. I stand up, do a little stretch, whatever. Her dresser drawer, the top drawer was open. I see a little notebook. Right now, I write music. You know what I mean? So I see a notebook. My first thought is, you know, I know she don't do music, but I'm thinking maybe it's some poetry, maybe her journal. I'm gonna be nosy. I'm figuring it's a diary or something. I'm gonna be nosy, looking a little diary.
Sure.
So I grabbed a notebook, and all right, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I grabbed a notebook, and it was literally a list of every dude she had fucked, including dates, what she had did with them, threesomes, the whole fucking
Wow. How many? Hold on, real quick, Kenyatta. How many? Listen, I don't know. I can't say that you counted, right? I know you didn't sit there and count. How many dudes would you estimate were in that book?
Man, looking back, if I had to put I'd say maybe 20. Might have been 20 dudes in there. Because there was at least 4 or 5 threesomes. And if you think about it, at the time I was 22, so she had to be 21.
Unbelievable.
You know what I'm saying?
So you said
I mean,
4 or 5 threesomes. So 5 threesomes, that's at least 10 dudes. So yeah, it was definitely more than 20. Ay.
At least, man.
God damn.
So you know, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, that was the end of the relationship right there. Because I mean, you know, I'm looking at the names, and I mean, she done screwed half of her brother's homeboys.
Damn.
Dude across the street that she said was just her best male friend that she grew up with. You know what I mean? Nothing ever happened between them. His ass was in the book.
Yep. There it is.
Right?
Yep.
So, I mean, you know, so obviously, you know, super hoe, right?
Yeah.
But beyond that, what kind of woman actually sits there and literally catalogs, you know, her sexcapades? I mean, is it deep? Is it deeper than being a whore, or is it something? You know what I mean? Is there something deeper than just being a hoe?
No,
like,
I don't think.
Psychological shit. Like,
no, man. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything to be read into that. I think that she's probably just a woman who's listen. Maybe she wants to relive everything. Maybe she's the kind of woman, and we say this all the time, Kenyatta. Women always believe that sexual attraction is symmetrical. They believe that what makes us attractive to them also must make them attractive to us. And now, that being said, if she really did think that, she would have been much more open with it, right? She would have left the notebook around, she'd brag about it. But I don't think there's any sort of deep psychological need to sort of relive all of her sexual escapades. I don't know, maybe she's proud of her notch count. Maybe she kind of goes through and relives it. But as far as, I mean, just based on what you've told me, I can't think of any. Listen, obviously she's a super slut. I think that goes without saying. And get this, Kenyatta, she's not the only woman who catalogs this stuff. There are a lot of women. There are a lot of women who catalog their sexual escapades. You can go to Reddit right now, and you'll see post after post about women talking about updating their catalog. I don't think we can say that. I don't think that we can say there's anything neither good nor bad about that, but there's nothing psychological to be read into that. All that really tells us is that she absolutely was a hoe, number one. Number two, the guys that she says she's not interested in fucking, she's always fucking. And I'll leave you with this, Kenyatta. I'll give you the last word. When a woman is, the more a woman tries to convince you that she would not fuck person XYZ, the more she wants to fuck person XYZ. Mike is too short. Ron is too fat. Alex is balding. Eddie, no. The more she tries to convince you that she doesn't want to have sex with Kevin in sales or Dave, the unemployed garage band guitar player who may or may not sleep in his car at night, the more she wants to fuck these guys. I'll give you the last word, Kenyatta.
Gotcha. No, that was it, man. I just wanted to, share that story with you, see if, if there was anything else to it that you might have gotten out of it, because your analysis is incredible, man. I think I told you in the chat one day, you're definitely one of the top 3 red pill commentators on YouTube.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
And matter of fact, I'm not the only one that has that opinion, because it seems to me, because I'll be in other people's chat rooms and whatnot, and it seems to me every time the best of the best comes up, your name is mentioned.
How about that?
And
Well,
that's
that's
even
good.
by other commentators. So keep doing your thing, man.
Good, man. Good. I appreciate that. I like hearing that. The Kenyatta in Pittsburgh, I appreciate the call. Yeah, it's nice to be, listen, man, it is nice to be sort of mentioned, with the top guys. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it doesn't give me at least some sort of satisfactory ego boost of some sort. I'm not Not going to sit here and be dishonest about that. It's always nice. It's always nice. But yeah, I don't think there's anything to be gleaned from a woman cataloging her sexual exploits. So, all right, let me shout out my super chatters here. Zach Schmidt with the $5 super chat. Merciless 6 with the $5 super chat. He actually had 2 $5 super chats. Yeah, the super chat might be malfunctioning. That may or may not be by design. We'll see what happens. If it continues on the same way, then I'll just put the Streamlabs link. I'll put the Streamlabs link in the chat. Super chat is obviously, it's always the easiest way to support the show. But listen, man, I mean, there is always Patreon. Patreon, and again, if you guys really want to support the show, if you want to get access to like the to the best content, to the premium content, Patreon is definitely the way to go, man. Pardon me. You get discounts on courses. I'm actually gonna be releasing the podcast version of this episode here in about 20 minutes without all the commentary. Dude, obviously, the webinars, ad-free audio, ad-free video, all sorts of extras when you become a patron. So if for whatever reason the super chat thing doesn't get ironed out, there is the other way. Okay, so big shout out to Andrew Clark, I Bramblebush, Tom Brokaw, Will S, Colonel Sanders the 16th, Bird Prey 1, my man Big Al. Let's see who else was in the house. Danny Arnold. Sharpe Assist was in the house. I actually hadn't heard from him in a while. Need to get a hold of him. Modern Life Dating, of course. Legendary Proof is in the house. Freelance Drone and the original TSR OG. I Bramblebush, the elusive. PD Ice says huddle up with grandma. That's actually quite funny. Actually very funny. Kang Marquise was definitely in the house. Cameron Barton. Ace in Spades. Xanatos Clutch. NY Kia 31 in the house. Michael C, who just became a member today. Rashad 53194. Appreciate you guys being a part of this community. Clue, shout out to you as well. Pardon me. Tim Taylor is definitely in the house. I appreciate you being here. Tim Taylor actually, he drops nuggets, man. He'll come in here and drop nuggets of truth. All the time, guys. All the time. Excellent. My thanks to all of my callers. Bill in Tampa. Corey Capella. Efo in Atlanta. Greg in New Jersey. Big Spur in California. Lance in Watauga. LA and Chicago. That's actually pretty cool. LA and Chicago. Dub in Dallas. Will in Jacksonville. JX Flex. Depson in Burlington. Graham in California. Andre in LA. I'll call him Dre in LA. Pimped Out Geese. Shadow from the Beast Coast. Jay in LA. I'm glad Jay in LA was able to call back and let me know, hey, listen, Donovan, did some blue pill backsliding. I saw the error of my ways. You gave me that punch in the chest that I needed. And now he is no longer buying a $4,000 ring for his girlfriend. So it's good to see that he was able to see the light. There's Den in Philadelphia, the 24-year-old trucker. Big shout out to him. Wes from New York. Walker in Colorado. Nova in Maryland. Jay in Florida. And Ken Yada in Pittsburgh. Excellent, excellent show today, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific.